Richmond 14-13-97. All the action being brought to you from the Melbourne Cricket Ground.
There's the bounce of the ball now. Who'll take it away? Oh, Neary caught one right across the face too. Play on, said the umpire. Zantuck came on at the beginning of the third quarter and has done particularly well, as he always does, Shane Zantuck. I was very surprised that he didn't actually start on the ground. But this has been a seesaw game right from the beginning, but no one knows which way it's going to go. It looks like a bit of cramp there by one of the Melbourne players. We see the ball thumped away. It's grabbed by Anir. He can't get out of the pack. And full marks to every one of those players out in the ground today. It actually got to 36 degrees Celsius at one stage. And the players have fought tooth and nail right from the beginning of this game. And not one player has stopped for one moment.
At the end of the first term, Richmond led by 9 points. At half-time, Melbourne led by 15 points. But Richmond kicked 6 straight goals in the third term to Melbourne's 3 goals, 6. And Melbourne had their lead whittled down to only 3 points, which they still have. That's not much, I know, but by gee, 3 points out there today. It'll be a hell of a lead from my book. The ball thumped to the boundary line, and it's going to be a throw-in on nearly on centre wing in front of the members' stand. You can see the shadow of the members' stand there on the ground. Another player leaving the field. We haven't seen many cramps, so these players must be fairly fit, Pete, to withstand the pressure of the day.
They're very fit these days. There's Michael Roberts, who's played a very good game in his first game for the Tigers. On the left foot, up towards full forward. There's a bit of pace by Landy. He tries to hook it back into play, but unfortunately for the Richmond side, he puts it out of bounds on the full. That was Brett Bailey, who came off the ground. He's a good, hard, tough player. Full marks to Danny Hughes today too. Has taken on Mark Lee. He and Peter Moore in tandem, but Hughes, there's a loose man as we see the ball kicked across from Batterston. A sitter dropped by Joe Regolo. He's had a great duel down there with Michael Roach. Roach has kicked 3 goals, but Regolo has done pretty well. There's a hand pass coming out there to Strawn. Greg Strawn hooks it back towards half forward. The mark has been taken by Stephen James. He swings onto the left foot. A long driving high drop punt. And was it touched? I don't think so. I think the Tigers have hit the front. They have. And Richmond move on to 15 goals, 13, 103, leading Melbourne 14-16, 100.
Well, that was all set up for Melbourne to take that ball away from the pull-back position, but Regolo dropped the easy mark that he went for a left foot pass along the ground. I suppose he went for it along the ground, but it was a very well-delivered kick, and then Richmond gained possession, got it down to James, and he thumped it through for a goal. But Melbourne should have had that ball up in their half-forward zone in the matter of seconds, but they messed it up.
Well, it's 2 goals now to Stephen James. He's done some nice things down on the forward line. Pickering was their best forward. He kicked 3 goals early and then went off with a very severe hip injury. Now, here's Newport. Melbourne badly need to reply. They don't want to let Richmond get a bit of a run on. Here's Neil Peart, who's played particularly well at centre-half back today. He and Francis have been outstanding for Richmond as he brings it wide. Who's there for Richmond? It's Strawn. And what's Greg Strawn? Don't tell me he's kept it in play. No, said the boundary umpire. But one man would be happy to see Richmond hit the front. Jack, I'm sure, is the old Richmond stalwart Charlie Callender, who is just recovering from an operation in hospital. And if you're watching the replay, Charlie, all the best to you. And let's hope for your sake the Tigers can get up.
Yeah, Charlie will be barracking for the Tigers, all right, because he was asking me a few questions this morning. Here's one of your new boys, Charlie Lockman, picking up. Can't do much with it. He regains it, though. Got a little hand pass away, and the umpire said a free kick will go to Lockman for a trip. Didn't quite see it myself, but Michael Lockman has the ball for Richmond.
Over to Anir. Michael Lockman, of course, an ex-under-19 player and has played a season in South Australia. As Anir brings it across the ground, he's been an excellent player too. Now, who's this with the ball now? Trevor Poole, one of the blondes for Richmond, getting it towards Peter McCormack, who's had his work cut out today playing on young Michael Reynolds, who hasn't capitalised on a number of opportunities. Oh, gee, the players both looked at each other there as we see Peter Moore with a hand pass to Johnson, who's carrying a bit of a groin injury after dominating the first half. Up they go. There's a mark. Yes, a good mark. Oh, don't give it away now, young fella. That player there is Stephen Turner, the ex-West Australian player. He's kicked one with a lovely goal early in the game. That was a good mark, Jack.
Yes, that one he kicked was about twice the distance he is now from goal, so we know that he can make the distance. He kicks the ball a long way. What he has to do now is get his whole act together, because Melbourne are trailing Richmond by 3 points. Only 4.5 minutes into the final term. Stephen Turner with 1 goal to his credit. Desperately needs this for Melbourne's sake. Puts it up. The umpire has a good look at it. It's a goal. Melbourne are back in front of the MCG on 7's big lead.
15-16, 106 Melbourne to Richmond, 15-13, 103. And there he is, Steve Turner. He'd be delighted to have kicked 2 goals in his initial league game. And, well, it's been an amazing game today because at various stages you would have thought one of the sides was going to run away with it, but the other side's fought back. Now it's Melbourne's turn when Richmond were looking good for Melbourne to fight back. So Peter Moore, a big responsibility on him, gets it to Johnson, who's been a good player. We must mention also that Flower has gone off the ground for Melbourne. Now here is Landy swinging onto the left foot, the little short chip. He's looking for Roach. Roach under pressure. Well played, Joe Regalo. That's good fullback play. Roach caught again. Beautiful football by the young fullback, Joe Regalo. And I think he's certainly got a lot of promise. Now the umpire's saying that the player made no... Oh, that's a shocking decision. That guy had, all players had pounced on the ball. He had no chance of trying to get that out of the pack, as we see. Well, I don't know, Jack. At this stage of the game, I would have bounced that one up. There's the kick from it here, up towards full forward. There's Regalo again doing some great work. Oh, the bounce favours number 37, is young Ron Thornton, who's kicked 3 great goals today for Richmond. He came across from Brunswick. There's the bounce coming out to Egan. There's Philip Egan. A little stab pass. It's a good one, and he finds Michael Roach 35 metres out from goal, directly in front. And young Joe Regalo had no hope whatsoever of stopping that one.
No, he was behind Roach on that occasion by about 5 metres, expecting a longer kick. But Roach, with 3 goals to his credit, will have this shot from about, I suppose, 35 to 40 out. We know he can make the distance. Head over the ball. You'll see him come in. There'll be concentration. The ball will go to the foot properly. You can bet on that one. There it goes now, off the boot. Well, it's a goal. Kicked by Roach. Richmond back in front on 7's big lead. 3 points the difference.
Well, you can't give Michael Roach too many opportunities. Regalo, in my book, has played a tremendous game down there at fullback today. But, of course, Roach is a champion player and he doesn't need many opportunities. He's kicked 4. The difference now is 3 points in favour of the Tigers. Now, which way will it go? Can Melbourne fight back? Because that's the way it's been right throughout the game.
Peter, 29 shots by Richmond, 31 shots by Melbourne. Melbourne trailing by 3 points. So the story's on the scoreboard. The accuracy is what's making all the difference at this stage of the game. It's been thumped out of the pack and hurriedly booted up by Hughes. Got the boot to it. Tapped down. A chance here for Melbourne if they can break through. Johnson with the ball in front of him. Could have been a trip. The umpire said it is a trip. So he will take this free kick on the half-forward flank. They'll need a rover up there because Reynolds has been contesting everything and the ball's been coming to ground. So Melbourne will need a rover around the packs as the players fly high. No mark is called. And the umpire said a bounce.
I think that was young Steve Turner who flew for that one over the back of the pack. He very, very nearly, there he is getting up now, he very, very nearly took that one. And he's got a great pair of hands. Probably lacks a yard in pace, but he's done some very promising things today. We're in that forward pocket.
Melbourne must keep the ball on their forward line till they score a goal. No, France is going to change that. He kicks it in. Here's a chance. Oh, what an opportunity there. It could have been a free kick to Newport. It has been paid.
Yes, Steve Newport put his body in and received the benefit of the free kick. He's certainly within kicking distance. He's only 35 to 40 metres out directly in front. And Melbourne need this one.
Pete, even though we say only 35 to 40 metres out, at this stage of the game, those fellas are going to be very, very tight.
I feel like lead weights, though, with their legs today.
So a 35 to 40 metre kick now is would be about a 60-metre kick under normal circumstances.
I agree, Jack. 3 points the difference in favour of Richmond. Can Steve Newport put Melbourne in front by 3 points? The funny-looking kick. It's a shocker. As Jack predicted, your legs on a hot day like this at the end of the game must feel very, very heavy as we see the scoreboard show, what is it, 2 points the difference in favour of Richmond.
This should never be allowed to happen. McCormick went for a short pass to Anea there and luckily enough, they had to bring it back. Lucky enough from Melbourne's point of view because Anea had broken away. Good mark. Good mark. That was a great mark. He was being held by one arm out there was Neil Peart and he took the mark one-handed. So very well done indeed. Now he hand pass into Michael Roberts who has his hand bandaged up. I noticed his left or his right wrist. The ball up to here's a chance for Richmond. It's Waitman. He's gone for Roach and he's found it. Good play by Waitman. Had a very disappointing first half.
Landy, magnificent play by Landy.
It was
Jack.
Good play by Landy also to get the ball out to Waitman.
Top play.
But then I think Regalo might have been expecting Waitman to have a shot for goal, but he shot it straight to Roach, who was leading out in front of Regalo. And from the shadows of the light standard now, we'll see Roach attempt to kick his 5th goal. Roach on its way. It's drifted a bit. It's a goal. Roach has kicked his 5th goal. Richmond in front now to the tune of 8 points over Melbourne.
Yes, and full marks there to tremendous team play by Graham Landy, who didn't attempt to take the mark. He knew Waitman was waiting over the back. Tremendous roving by Waitman too. Knocked it over the back. An unselfish play as usual by Waitman as he fed Michael Roach. And as I said, Regolo's done a good job, and yet Michael Roach has kicked 5 goals. Now it's a test for the young Melbourne side to see if they can fight back, because they're now 8 points behind, and they haven't been in that position much today.
There's plenty of time now. There's only 10.5 minutes gone in the final term. Here's a chance now, yes, for Fidge to kick a goal from only about 40 metres out. He stands his ground too to make sure that the player doesn't crib over the mark. And Ted Fidge missed a very easy goal in the 3rd term, Pete, from only about 20 metres out.
At a vital time too.
Yes, it was a vital time, but this time he's twice that distance out, so he'll be having, I won't say having doubts about his own ability, but he won't be chock full of confidence in what he's doing.
Sometimes these longer shots can be a bit easier because you relax more.
He's going for his 3rd goal, and I think he has it. Yes, Ted Fidge kicks his 3rd goal for Melbourne, and the game tightens up once again on Seven's Big League. What a treat you people are having.
Show me a tough truck.
How about a Holden Rodeo?
They're made by Isuzu Trucks.
Yeah, we'll see.
Got some go for a truck, isn't it? It's standard, that 5-speed box.
Yeah.
Soaks up the bumps well. Tough, isn't it?
Yeah.
And there's space cabs, crew cabs, cab chassis, diesels, 4x2.
I'll take it.
Holden Rodeo. Truck tough.
Because of its soil deposit eliminator, the Hoover Elite 900 gets clothes cleaner and brighter. That's why Hoover is ahead of the rest.
I'm home.
Hello, Dad. Hello, Dad.
Sometimes life gets so crowded with never-ending bills and expenses, you don't have room to move. That's why there's Westpac's All-Together package. It's the financial package that brings together the services you need to better manage your family finances. If your family needs room to move, get it all together with Westpac, the bank.
January saw the Nicholson family discover the wonderful world of snorkelling. Later, their dog Misty had her first pups. Mum was never seen so proud than at Lizzie's graduation. Young Ben was a year older in April. In May, 50 years of wedded bliss was celebrated. And in June, Vicky tied the knot. Michael followed in Grandpa's footsteps by captaining the school cricket team. Then they all got together for Christmas, and you should have seen.
Because you create the situations, Canon creates the cameras.
Well, what does it take then? Furs? Diamonds. Be interesting to know.
Caroline's met her match.
Give the kids a big hug for me.
And Susan's toying with disaster.
I'm only putting up with you because he likes you.
How long will Alison resist Glenn's charms?
Obviously, you're keeping something from me. I think I have a right to know Patricia's my wife.
The truth can no longer be hidden, and fate is far from kind to Craig.
What you've got's a genuine Lex, Lindsay.
Sons and Daughters, you can't resist. 7:30 Monday on 7.
Full marks to both sides. It's been nip and tuck all day. Both sides really giving everything. They both desperately want to win this first match of the season, and I've got no idea which way it's going to go, and I've said that right from the beginning of the game. There's Lee knocking it out. Danny Hughes has been a terrific team player today with his strength, shepherding, bullocking, tough work, and there he goes again.
And I think at the back. Yes, that's a straight. Oh, that's the wrong way.
I think there was shepherding, Jack.
He had the hand around his shoulder.
Right.
Yes. There was. I thought he played that the wrong way, but Richmond do have the ball, and they've kicked into the centre of the ground. Could have been a free kick there, not paid. Richmond now through. Egan will come forward. They'll be looking for Roach, and there he is. Roach! Could have been 15 metres there too, but the umpire may not pay that.
No way.
It could have been, I said, but I don't know whether he was pushed or whether he just stumbled after taking the mark.
If I paid that for 15, I'd give up the game, because that kid down there at full-back, Ricardo, was
he did
trying
push him
his
flat
heart
in the middle of the back after he'd taken the mark.
I think as he was taking it, Jack.
Right, Pete, we won't go into that. Roach going for his 6th goal. Can he increase Richmond's lead, which is now only 2 points over Melbourne?
He's a great kick.
I know he's a great kick. He's kicked 5. Make that 6. Now hit the post. That's his 3rd poster. He's hit the post on 3 occasions today and kicked 5 goals. So he's he's having a good day in one way, but not in all ways.
Well, for the good of the game, that's probably a good thing he missed, because we're going to see a tremendous finish, I think, here. There's Danny Hughes, has been covering more ground than the early settlers today. A big fly over the back as Regalo. He's battling his heart out. There could have been a free kick to Richmond
Yes,
in the back. Yes, it was. And who is it? Egan, I think it is. Philip Egan. Oh, gee, Melbourne don't want to let Richmond get the next one. There's the kick. He's looking down there towards James. He has it fisted away. There's Hughes. He'll go in. Oh, gee, he goes in hard as usual.
Free kick. Oh, boy. It's what he's paid a free kick. He said he was being held, but not in possession. There's a Richmond player down out there too. I can't quite pick up who he is in the hands of the trainers, just left of that shot we have now. But he seems to be all right. Now Richmond coming forward. Melbourne cannot afford to let them kick a goal. They must get that ball away at all costs. More there in front, can't take them up. There were 3 Melbourne players who could have picked that up. Zantuck sockers off the ground. But there was a free kick prior to that, and it's going Richmond's way by the look of it. So there was 1 Richmond player to 3 Melbourne players, and he's emerged with the ball and a shot for goal.
I think it's Graham Landy.
It is.
Well, that's a shame for Melbourne to... well, obviously the free kick was there, but it's a shame at this stage of the game because it's so close. 3 points the difference. Let's hope it doesn't knock the stuffing out of Melbourne. Let's see if they're good enough to fight back as we see Graham Landy right in front of goal on that left foot of his. And I think he's put it through. He has. So the difference now is 9 points in favour of the Tigers.
Yes, a good goal kick by Landy on that occasion. It makes his second goal in my calculations. And Graham Landy kicking that shot from off the, well, an angle shot anyhow, not off the boundary line, but a very, very vital goal because that makes Melbourne's task that much harder. They have to muster all their strength, courage and talent to try and take this game away from Richmond. They're trailing now by 9 points and we're nearly 15 minutes into the final term. You're on Sevens Big League, all the action from the Melbourne cricket ground. Hooked out beautifully to Waitman by Lee. He gets it down toward the half-forward zone, and it looks like Richmond could run away here. The hand pass comes back out from Landy. It's shot into the forward pocket.
Yes, Johnny Annear overruns the ball. In goes Nigel Cole. Hand passes it back. He gets it out wide. Here's the kick coming right out towards the half-forward line. Up they go. Oh, Turner couldn't take the mark. It was a good attempt. Oh, cleverly done. Beautiful play by Thornton. This kid can play football as he brings it towards half-forward. James is there. Doesn't get the bounce of it. Regalo overruns it. In they go again. Who's this? I think it was Burke. Gets it across to Cole. Cole up towards the centre of the ground. And that'll be 15 metres against Batterston. Bad play. Eustace with the ball. Mark Eustace, the ex-Essendon player. Let's see what he can do with this one. He's going for the long kick. He'll probably look for Michael Roach. Roach at the back's got his name written all over this. Up he goes. Yes. Oh, boy. I think that football, instead of T.W. Sherrin, had M. Roach written all over that one.
Yes, he had the set. He was a great overhead mark, though, isn't he? He's a great mark, Roach. And from around about a position of 15 metres out from goal, you wouldn't want to bet against him. He's kicked 5 goals. He's hit the post 3 times. And I would say this would be goal number 6 coming up off the boot of Michael Roach. Goal number 6 for Roach on Sevens Big League. Richmond go ahead of Melbourne to the tune of another 6 points.
Well, I think some of the Melbourne players, and understandably so, Jack, look very, very tired, as of course Richmond. They've got to suffer the same conditions, of course, but some of those Richmond players are really running full steam at the moment. A few of the Melbourne players seem to have tired and they're not chasing their men as hard, and I think that a bit of the stuffing has been knocked out of them.
Yes, well, we did say, even before the game started, you and I were talking, and I said the fittest team would win. Now, to have a team this fit at this stage of the game is quite remarkable because the temperature is still on 35 degrees, so what to be down there on the playing area, I don't know, but it'll be pretty hot, I'll tell you. Now the ball's forced out of the pack, picked up by Strawn and kicked in toward the forward pocket, half-forward flank area. A bad bounce for Annear. Melbourne a chance to come forward.
Yes, this is Burke coming away with the football. He goes for the short pass up to Teddy Fitch. Well, they've got time, Jack, to come back if they're good enough. Let's see if they can do it as we see the long kick coming up towards the forward pocket. Not a well-directed kick. Johnson's definitely carrying a groin as he gets it across towards his teammate Gary Lyon. I think he's put it through. He has. It's a goal to Melbourne, so maybe they can come back.
You want to know why National's the big entertainer in video? Take a look. You want videos to put more into your video? You get them from National. From National.
Taxi drivers know their tyres. That's why many are now using the new Kleber C1 steel radial. As one Queensland taxi operator wrote,
I've just replaced my Kleber C1s after an average over 4 tyres of 108,000 kilometres. As well as fantastic wear, the Klebers were very comfortable to drive on, and their grip on the road in both wet and dry conditions was excellent.
The new Kleber C1, the safe and economical steel radial that's right for your family car. Available exclusively from Bob Jane T-Marts.
Jones, what time do you call this then? Jones, your sales figures are very disappointing. Jones, where are those reports I asked you for? Jones, I think we should talk about your future. At the end of the day, Mr. Jones' shirt is showing all the signs that it needs preen, because just one spray of preen by Mrs. Jones before the wash will remove all traces of Mr. Jones' boss. Preen. It removes all traces of... Good morning, Mr. Jones. Every day.
Liberty, captivity, resignation, celebration, association, assassination, commemoration, jubilation. The events, the issues, the news. The right news at the right time. Weekdays at 6:30, weekends at 6. 7 national news. We've got news for you.
So let's see what can happen on Seven's Big League. All the action from the MCG. Been thumped out by Turner and thumped on again. The legs are getting tired. Here comes Wilson. In goes Peart. Peart being held by Wilson. That wasn't very smart. That wasn't very smart at all.
No, he didn't really take the ball, Peart, did he?
No, he's being held. He didn't even get near it. Up toward the wing position. Grinder can't get hold of it yet. He's going back after it now. Little bit of a tackle. Here's a chance for Newport. Newport swings around. Can he find a teammate? Not as yet, he can't. Yes, he's Turner. Now let's see if he can kick. He gets one down towards Reynolds. What a great mark! What a great mark! He plays on to Wilson. Wilson goes into the open goal! Melbourne are coming back. My word, Seven's Big League brings you all the action.
What a tremendous performance that was. A lucky bounce back around the centre of the ground. Favoured Steve Turner. He did a wobbly old kick. Tremendous full forward play by Reynolds. Unbelievable play. Played in front. He had 2 to beat. He dived, took the mark. He could have kicked it himself. He unselfishly gave the hand pass across to Brian Wilson, who was almost caught. Ran into the open goal, and now they're back in business. The difference is 3 points in favour of the Tigers.
Well, can they win it now? I don't know. Let's see what happens here. Big Turner goes in, beaten in the ruck. It's hooked out by Roberts. Didn't quite get a clean kick at it. Newport taps it back, comes back to Roberts, picked up by Lee. It goes out towards Burke. Burke with the ball in front of him. I said before, the legs are getting tired. Maybe he can find a little bit of pace here. Burke spins around. He's looking for a teammate. He goes for Zantuck. But there's 2 of them there. Zantuck, don't make any mistakes now. There was Zantuck and Fidge. He's still on half back. He's got leg. It's a free trip to free kick to Zantuck, but he's still on the half-back line. Melbourne need 3 points to level. They're trailing Richmond by 3 points. 20 minutes gone of the final term at the MCG. Zantuck drives up. There's a chance now for Grinter to take the mark. Did he hold it? I don't know whether he did or not.
I think you'd have to pay.
But he's been paid the mark. Now who can he find? Who can he find, Pete? Can he find Reynolds? Though the kick is short. Reynolds is out in front. Can he take it? It's on the turf. He can't hold it. Francis is in there, about to be tackled. Gets the kick moving up towards Roberts. Up goes Grinter. Can't take the mark. Play on's a call. The ball's on the turf. It's a chance for Melbourne. In goes Eustace. Hooks it out, but can't really get it out of the pack. Picked up by Cole, but the umpire comes into bounds.
Don't tell me we're going to have another year like last year, Jack. We saw some ripper games this year. Well, I tell you what a tremendous start to the season this is. To have a look at this game, it's been a fantastic effort. Full marks to every one of those players out there today, giving their guts for their side, as we see Newport go in after it. Oh, hooks it back. Which way will it bounce? Some good smothering went on there. There's Anir getting a hurry kick. Up in the air, a 1-out contest. Landy was there. Taken away by his teammate there in Eustace. He's got the ball. Oh, boy. As players go in hard, a bit of a shove there from Landy on Teddy Fidge. The bounce will take place right on centre wing.
One silly free kick here can turn the game one way or the other. The players have to be disciplined in their actions here because a stupid free kick or any foolish action can penalise the entire team. There's only 3 points between the teams. We're 21.5 minutes into the final term. Richmond hold the advantage of the 3 points. The ball's on centre wing, so it's in neutral territory, and Strawn keeps it in play. He's picked up here by Joe Regolo. He goes for a bounce. That's dangerous. He's got through, though. Gets a hand pass into Zantuck. Zantuck, torpedo punt up toward the half-forward zone. Up they fly. Here's a chance now. The hand pass comes out. There's a free kick. Richmond's way. Holding the man.
Oh, gee, it was touch and go whether he had the ball too, but it's a free kick to Peart. Clever play by Peart as he goes wide, and he finds Michael Lockman.
The umpire's gone down with the cramp.
Oh, the umpire's down as he kicks it wide to Anir. Here's a chance for Richmond. The short pass up towards Hughes for Melbourne. Danny Hughes, what'll he do? He should go to the boundary. He does. And the ball is in the forward pocket for Richmond.
Although he goes to the boundary, it's not really in Melbourne's advantage, Peter.
No.
There's the umpire getting up now. He did get the cramp, but the boundary throw in here is in Richmond's favour.
I know, but he didn't have much hope. If he had to come back into play, he would have been collared by the Richmond bloke hot in his heels.
Right, Richmond lead by 3 points. It's in their forward pocket. If they get a goal here, it's just about curtains for Melbourne. Cole tried to find it out. Now, someone kicked that. I'm not too sure who kicked it. It's going to be, I didn't think Cole had possession, but it's going to be kicked now in for Richmond. A chance for Richmond's score. He wouldn't kick a goal from there.
Well,
Peter,
he's a left footer. That's the only thing in his favour. It would take a sensational kick. 23
minutes all but gone of the final term with Richmond leading by 3 points. James in possession for Richmond. It'll take a mammoth kick to get a goal from there.
There's the kick on the left foot. It's a wobbly one. Can someone take a mark? Hughes. Oh, he's full marks to Hughes today. I reckon he's been fantastic. He's been a great team man, tough, strong, has taken on Mark Lee, and under pressure there is as cool as a cucumber. He gets it down towards the half back line. Well done, Joe Regolo. In they go after it. Alan Johnson suffering from a bad groin injury. He gets it out towards Regolo, and the young fella on the left foot gets it down. Now it's in Melbourne's forward line on half forward flank, Jack. Well, what a tremendous game. There's someone down. Is that Alan Johnson with the
I think it is,
cramp,
Peter.
or is it whether he's got groin's gone on him?
I think it has. He's in the wars out there, but he's not giving up. He's going up toward the action once again. The ball about to be brought in on Melbourne's half-forward flank. It's about 70 to 80 metres, might be more. It's right over on the practice wicket area of the Melbourne cricket ground. They have to gain all that ground, then get a goal to take the game out. Egan's shame. A free kick, or did he? No, the umpire said a free kick to Egan. Egan now gets a hand pass into Anir. Anir's going to keep possession as much as he can, but the umpires recalled the ball, and it must go back to where Egan was awarded the free kick. With 24 minutes now gone, the final term at the MCG, Richmond leading Melbourne by a slender 3-point margin. The ball on the outer wing position now, as in comes Big Moore to try and put the ball to ground, looking for a free kick. Was Thornton. Moore caught in possession, got a hand pass away. Here's Johnson. I told you he wouldn't give up. Johnson with the ball for Melbourne, balks around the opposition. He gets it now and drives into the half-forward zone. A Melbourne mark or goal can take the game out. There's the kick toward goal. It's run across the face of goal. It's in Melbourne's forward pocket on the members' side, and the ball out of bounds.
Oh, gee, a hand pass wouldn't have gone astray. I know the pressure's on, but they had two loose men waiting for that hand pass. It didn't come. It's in that forward pocket area. Can the Demons get up?
We're 7 seconds away from time on.
Well, there's Cox trying to get his boot the ball. Was it holding the ball? No, said the umpire, as players dive on top of it. This is only 20 metres, I should say, outside the Melbourne goal.
Time clock showing 25 minutes and 10 seconds gone. We're in 10 seconds into the final term time on period. And as the shadows lengthen over the MCG, all the action in Melbourne's forward pocket. 3 points between the teams. Richmond lead by that slender margin. Regolo takes the mark. He's right out though on the point of the centre square. And I don't think he can kick that distance. Up it goes into the square. A big mark or a little rover will do the trick here for Melbourne. The ball on the turf. Richmond fight back though. It's a chance now for Waitman. Got it out of the pack. It's been taken away and Lockman gets it out. Gives it over to Strawn. Strawn fairly cool in the situation that's out there. Gets around on the left foot. Swings it back in toward the centre wing position where it's been taken here beautifully too. And a hand pass comes out by Burke. He tapping it down there was Fidge. It was being held, and Fidge will take the free kick.
Oh, gee, and his teammate who he tried to knock it onto had been dispossessed behind the play, so That was lucks of fortune for Melbourne as we see Fidge with a high one. Can someone take the big mark? It's thumped away. In they go. Stretch. It's Alan Johnson. He's picked it up out of the pack. He kicks long. He's missed. 1 point. So the difference now, Jack, is 2 points.
Only 2 points.
In favour of Richmond.
And the time clock, nearly 26 and a half minutes into the final term. Richmond lead by 2 points at the MCG over Melbourne. 128 to 126, the time ticking away. Melbourne desperately wanting a goal. Players wait down. They nearly spoil each other there. Cox and Moore. Now Moore's a bit slow to move it forward. If Reynolds can take the mark in the square, he could just about kick it, but they're hard to take up there. Good mark under extreme pressure to Peter McCormack.
Oh, great mark by Peter McCormack, the ex-Magpie. That was, as Jack said, under great pressure. He kicks it wide. Stretches there for Melbourne. No mark. Is this Johnson again? A hand pass over the top to Batterston. He goes for the short one. Yes! The mark has been taken by Teddy Fidge. 40 metres out the goal. The pressure's on young Teddy Fidge.
And the pressure was on Teddy Fidge just before three-quarter time when he missed one only half this distance. So Ted Fidge has the pressure.
How would you like to have this kick, Jack?
Oh, well, in a sense, if I kicked it, Peter, it'd be great. But if I missed it, I wouldn't feel too
2 points the difference. A chance to either be 4 points in front.
He's going for his 4th goal. And what a kick it's going to take. Teddy Fidge puts it on its way. It's through! Fidge has put Melbourne in front. You'd think it was a grand final, not the opening game of season 86. That's his 4th goal. Richmond on 19-14, 128. Melbourne have just got to the front again. 19-18, 132 on 7's big lead. Right, we've been nearly 28 minutes now into the final term. All the players out there being treated to the bottle. Johnson, after a great game, has just left the field. Magnificent effort by Alan Johnson.
A great effort.
A great performance, but the game isn't won yet.
Ah, that's for sure.
It's not won yet. Richmond have plenty of time to come back. Can they do so?
Well, here's a chance for Melbourne again. Batterston. Bailey. Good play to Wilson. Wilson knocks it on. Oh, here's a chance. Gary Lyon into the open goal. He stabs. What's happened? I think he's kicked it. Yes. Oh, boy, this is a magnificent performance by Melbourne. The Demons have hit back again. 20 goals, 18. 138 lead Richmond. 19-14, 128.
Well, I've seen some games of football over my years in the game, and those years extend to about 36. And I believe you me, I've seen some great games of football, and this one I'll remember because it's had everything today. The opening game of a season under these extreme temperatures, and the players can put on a performance such as they have, they're to be admired. And believe you me, it's a great spectacle. I'm not just saying that. You have to be here to see it and believe it. Now Melbourne come again. Up to the half-forward zone. These fellas are super fit for so early in the season. It's been picked up on the half-forward zone. Lockman of Richmond takes it away. He's gone short, finds Landy. Landy plays on, he's wrong-footed. Got a hand pass into the half-forward zone. A chance for Richmond to get a goal, but can they gain possession? They're only about 50 metres out from goal. It's been taken away by Regolo. Done a great job. He kicks to the half-forward zone. It's near the boundary line. Alan Johnson is in there. He wants to get back on the ground and get back in the action. That's what's happening now. He's going back off the interchange bench. And coming off is Gary Lyon, who's just kicked that vital goal, possibly the winning goal for Melbourne. Taken by Michael Roberts. It rebounds off the opposition. It's been hurriedly kicked by Lockman again. Down to the wing position. Gee, these players are tired, but they're fighting back. Big Joe Regolo after the ball again. Can't get rid of it, so he runs it over the boundary line like a true defender.
Well, full marks to that young kid, Regolo. Roach has finally got on top of him in this quarter. He's been moved out towards centre-half back area. He's done some great things in this final quarter, and the kid will be dog-tired. He's covered a lot of territories. We see Eustace get it down towards the forward line, but ducking back to take the mark is Bailey.
The time clock showing we're nearly 30 and a half minutes into the final term. Melbourne have a lead over Richmond of 10 points. I would suggest at this stage that would be a winning lead. 30 and a half. There's the siren. There's the siren. At the Melbourne Cricket Ground on this opening day of season 1986, we have witnessed a great game of football between two sides that were down last season, Richmond and Melbourne. We've had a great game of football. As I said, 10 points between the teams. Every player out there is to be congratulated on a fine performance, magnificent effort, and that's what Australian football's all about. A fantastic game of football under extreme conditions. Congratulations all concerned.
The 1986 Victorian Football League Premiership season is proudly sponsored by Carlton, brewers of Foster's Lager, Australia's favourite beer.
Great game of football to open the season at the MCG. Richmond leading by 9 points at the first change. The Demons by 15 at half-time. Only 3 in it at three-quarter time. And Melbourne running out winners by 10 points in a thrilling game of football. 39 goals, kicked at the MCG this afternoon. Looking at the stats, Richmond on top in most departments, although Melbourne had 21 more kicks. It was Richmond 18 more marks, 13 more frees, 18 more handballs and 11 more hitouts. The Demons had 5 more shots at goals. And speaking of goals, in the goals this afternoon at the cricket ground, Teddy Fidge got 4 for Melbourne and Reynolds 3. And for Richmond, their major contributors were Michael Roach in fine form with 6 goals, Pickering got 3 and so too did Thornton. Now, after the match, Peter McKenna went into the Melbourne rooms and spoke to a very happy coach, John Northey.
Well, a victorious coach here in John Northey. John, you must have been especially delighted for the boys to come back from 2.5 goals down in that last few minutes.
Well, I was, Peter. I must admit, I suppose I didn't think that they had it in them. I was thinking that people at that stage would have thought, well, the boys have done pretty well. They've shown something. But to fight back like that, it just shows you that they have got true character, and it's a never give-in situation.
Well, it seemed to me from up in the commentary box that the tackling of your players was tremendous today. It put the Richmond under enormous pressure.
Oh, yes, I suppose where you sit from, you look at it differently. You know, I thought maybe in that area we're still a little bit down, but I'm a bit biased. But, yes, they tackled hard and they kept running hard. I was pleased, particularly with the last quarter. Some of the boys at three-quarter time, as would have Richmond been, pretty well gone. But to pluck up the courage and to be that far behind and then came back, that's really true spirit.
Well, Alan Johnson, how's the feeling for first match of the season to come back like that?
Very good, Peter. I think the boys, for a while, looked like they were going to lose it, but through a fighting effort and great teamwork, came back and snatched it. Great feeling.
Well, very impressed by a couple of your young players today.
Yes, young Gary Lyons, it was his first game, played exceptionally well. Stephen Stretch from South Australia, great first game. And Steve Turner, ex-teammate from mine, and great game. So
and even Joe Regolo, even though he had 6 goals kicked on him, he fought it out right to the finish.
Yeah, I thought Joe played a pretty good game today. I thought he started off a bit down, but came back magnificently well.
Well, you had an unusual position today on the forward line. Is that the plan to play you there this year? Because we've seen most of your football on the back line.
Yeah, I played the first 3 quarters on the forward line. Then Gary Lyon went to my half-forward flank, and I went to his back flank, and straight away he kicked a goal. So, yeah, it was worked out to be a good move.
Yeah, you did a magnificent piece of play. I think it was in the 3rd quarter when you went for that sprint and the Melbourne supporters were jumped up in the air. What happened to that one? You kicked out of bounds, and then in the last quarter you kicked a ripper.
Yeah, I actually ran out of gas, so I thought I'd better kick it, but I was running too quick and went out in the full.
It seemed to me the tackling of the side was a heck of a lot better than last year today. Now, has John Northey emphasised that? Because you certainly threw your weight around a bit and helped the side out in that regard.
Yeah, I think the side has to work hard. We've worked hard over the summer on our tackling and just getting to the ball, fall of the ball. So we've worked hard and it paid off today, so it's great.
Peter McKenna, our interviewer at the Melbourne Cricket Ground this afternoon. Coming up, fantastic footy flashbacks, and tonight it does feature John Northey.
You know, buying a car is like racing a car. Your aim is to come out a winner.
Compare these similarly priced cars, Pulsar, Corolla, Laser. One comes out way in front. Only the Nissan Pulsar has a 1.5-litre engine. Only the Nissan Pulsar has 5-speed manual transmission, the largest hatch in its class, and air conditioning. Right now, during Pulsar Run-Out, you get a lot more car for a lot less money. Don't miss it. Pulsar Run-Out.
You just can't lose at your Nissan dealer.
Step out in style at your favorite Opal male fashion store.
I'm talking style.
Oh, yeah.
Things change, don't they?
The split widens.
That doesn't. You'll never get any business from Rotex while I'm on the social committee, mate.
It'd be such a shame to see a good friendship end like that. Poor Bernie.
An elderly patient gives the hospital staff a few problems.
When you can break your knuckles on the door, she will not open it.
Well, he's lost me. And he can have his Rotex.
A Country Practice, Australia's most watched drama. 7:30 Tuesday on 7. Here are tonight's Tats 2 results, just drawn under government supervision.
And on 7's Big League now, it's time to check Footy Bet today. If you are having a punt on the first half of the opening round, Essendon and Selection 22 returning $4.10, Melbourne Selection 14, $9.90, and Fitzroy Selection 17, and it returned a dividend of $5.50. As I mentioned, fantastic footy flashbacks this afternoon today. Let's go back to that one, shall we? The footy double, it returned a dividend of $137.20 for Essendon and Melbourne, 22 and 14 the selections required there. As I said, footy flashbacks tonight featuring John Northey, and he was a particularly happy man as he spoke to Peter McKenna this afternoon after a great win at the MCG. But of course John Northey opened his playing days in the VFL at the Richmond Football Club just over the road at Punt Road. Sandy Roberts features him tonight in our opening edition of Fantastic Footy Flashbacks.
Hello and welcome once again to Fantastic Footy Flashbacks, this time 1986. You know, there aren't too many tiny little towns in the Western District of Victoria that can boast successful VFL careers for some of their local identities. Berrybank has only one shop in the town, but amazingly enough produced Reg Hickey and Karji Greaves, the Brownlow medalist of 1924, two great champions of Geelong. A few kilometres down the road, here we are at Derrinallum. Many of you may say, Derry who? This is the Derrinallum club rooms behind me, and many years ago in these club rooms, two young boys began their football careers. Believe it or not, today both are VFL coaches, and tonight we're going to be focusing on one of them. That man is John Northey. While we have a look at Northey in action, see if you can guess who the other current VFL coach is.
Cleared by Rancho, who hand passes himself out of trouble. That's Northey again, once more. You watch what I said. Turns around and lets fly, and there it is once more. A good player, Northey, on a half-forward flank. Picked up here to Richardson once more. Another fine hand pass by Richardson to Northey. Northey streaming in from 45 yards out, lines him up, and it's through. Good football. Aaron Richardson's goal, I'd say. Where it drops and bounces. Here's a chance for Crow. Crow gets it to Northey. Northey snaps. Market. It's put down and Barry Richardson has it out to Northey. Northey lines up from 45 yards out and it's a goal! It's another...
Look at there, Crow moves in, but over the top comes Thompson. It's a hit down here, picked up by Northey. Northey snaps, and it's right through.
Barry Richardson has tackled right, left and centre. Oh, golly, almost got one in the back. Northey picks up. Northey places away. But a battle between these two. Here's the champion Hart across to Northey. Northey snaps.
It's through.
Richardson is waiting there, but across it goes to Barry Richardson, over to Northey now. Northey with the left foot steadies, he shoots at the big ones. McGrath's after him. Neville Crowe went close to the boundary line, hand pass across here, and the ball is kicked right through by Northey. With Nicholas Patterson gets a tap down, in comes Northey. Put it through, and he breaks clear. He's going for the bounce once again. He'll get caught. No, he gets his...
Spot and coming through. A chance there for Brown to mark. He drops it. It's picked up and snapped by Northey. Through. Look at this will-o'-the-wisp go. Oh, hand passed nicely to Barrett. Barrett balked, finessed him, and slammed it goal.
Oh, beautiful. He said this will give Ronaldson a chance if he's quick enough. He gets the ball across to Northey. Northey struggling to get balance. Gets balance now. A shot for goal. It's through. Hard in there, getting rid of the ball, shooting it across to Northey. This will be dangerous for Essendon. Northey lining them up, having a shot from about 30 yards out. It's through. Big Patterson goes back, takes it, shoots out a hand pass to Northey. Northey on his wrong foot, hooks for goal, and it's a goal. It's a goal to John Northey. Starting to drop short, up go. Someone got up very high there, but it's to no. There's another goal to Northey. There he goes. He shoots right through the centre. Mike Green. Green steadies, goes for the drop kick up towards the centre half forward position. John Northey. Northey playing on, running around, having the snap for goal from 40 yards out. No. Too much. He has.
Well, on a day over to Jewell. He's racing into goal. Tries to give it to Northey. Northey snaps. He just got his hand to it. It's over towards Ganano. Hits over the back to Northey. Northey snaps. Clay. Dick Clay shoots for goal. Oh, very handy play by Northey. Snaps a goal. Well, Perry, though, gets a whack.
The player, John Northey, 117 games at Punt Road between 1963 and 1970, playing in the two premiership sides, 67 and 69, and during that time kicking 192 goals. After that, a number of coaching stints in both Victoria and New South Wales, and now we wish him well with the Demons in 1986. Incidentally, are you still scratching your head over who is the other coach I'm talking about that came from this little oval behind me at Derrenallum? St Kilda's Graham Jelly. We'll be back with more in fantastic footy flashbacks throughout the season.
If you'd like to request a fantastic footy flashback, address an envelope just like this and put your name, address and request on the back. You'll then be in the running to win one of 6 portable colour TVs or compact microwave ovens from NEC. And the end of the season draw for this outstanding 63cm stereo television and VHS video stereo hi-fi from NEC, high technology colour television and video.
And you're watching Seven's Big League Edition 1 for season 1986. Coming up after the break, our match of the day from Victoria Park featuring Collingwood and Essendon.
For difficult spots, the new Hoover Turbo Power comes complete with the unique burst of power switch. That's why Hoover is ahead of the rest.
Laser, 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 proud laser, 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 spirit razor, laser will amaze ya. You sit and tap and this and that, you laser will amaze ya. Leave it all the right places, fits in all the tight spaces. Laser, laser, the amazer, laser, laser, proud laser, newborn laser, spirit razor, laser, the amazer.
In all of mankind's hard-won battle with his beard, there has never been a shaver quite like this. New Philishave Electronic, the ultimate shaving convenience. Now electronic cells charge faster than ever before and recharge direct from any voltage anywhere in the world. The new Philishave Electronic, all the classic Philishave features, and now even more legends. Philishave Electronic. $20 trade-in offer ends April 20.
At Dunhill, our philosophy is simple. Every item that bears the name Dunhill must be useful, it must work dependably, it must last, it must be beautiful, it must be the best of its kind.
Tonight on Trapper John, Memorial gets mercy from above when a Medilift team joins the hospital. A welcome addition until things start to go wrong. It's high-flying action on Trapper John, 9:30 tonight on 7.
Match of the day today was at Victoria Park for the clash of long-time rivals Collingwood and Essendon. Not surprisingly, space was hard to find at the park when the ball was bounced, with the home side determined to improve on their dismal record against the reigning premiers, Collingwood winning only 1 meeting in their last 12 against the Bombers, although of course they did run them to 4 and 11 points last year. Not surprisingly, no new players made Essendon side today, but 3 recruits, Brett Glowry, Mick Gafer and Greg Daniels, all debuted for the Woods, although we did see them in action earlier in the Foster's Cup match against Fitzroy. David Cloak, by the way, did not play for the Magpies today. Tonight, a replay begins at the 13-minute mark of the first quarter. Collingwood is leading by 10 points. With me in the commentary box is Lou Richards.
That's the first for 1986. We certainly hope that you're enjoying this direct telecast wherever you may be throughout Australia. Through the 7 network. Knocked out by Fellows, doing a great job. Oh, Morwood run into a brick wall through Baker, but backing up well there was Rains. He's got a panic to run and he runs to the centre of the ground. Then he lets go. He can kick a football to over the half-forward line. The pack fly. They all missed that. Tapped on beautifully by Manson. Over it goes to Burgess. It's a goal. Great play on the part of Manson that time.
What was a fight on?
Box on here now.
Right in the goal square.
Well, I think they've been hanging out for quite some time. I expected this to happen long before this, Pete, on such a hot day. But they may calm down.
Anson being spoken to.
Well, he's kicked the goal. That's the time you walk away from the top. We watch that again. Rains with a long kick up there, and you watch Manson get this ball out quickly. There he goes, taps it on nicely to Burgess, and it's a goal. Well, Collingwood now 3 goals, 1-19 to Essendon, yet to score a goal. 3 behinds on the board.
Byram, Burgess and Tony Shaw, the goal kickers for Essendon, for Collingwood. As Lou said, Essendon yet to score a goal. On Seven's big league, 16 points the difference, 15 minutes gone in the first quarter. The 86 season off to a spectacular start here at Victoria Park as Merritt puts Essendon into attack down towards their right half forward flank. Oh, Salmon, great mark. Right over the top of Glowry.
Well, that kid's got to play him in front all the time, Pete. He'll have no hope playing from behind because he's such a great player to position himself.
So Salmon directly in front, and he's only about 15 metres out from goal. He's already kicked one behind.
Now you watch how long Salmon takes to kick this goal because he knows the importance of it.
I take it you're assuming he's going to put it through for a goal.
Well, I reckon he would, Pete.
I must agree with you. He shouldn't miss from there. 15 metres out. Paul Salmon, Essendon's first goal coming up at the 15 3/4 minute mark. Fine mark from Salmon. And he'll probably finish the day with about 6, but it makes the difference 10 points, 3-1 to 1-3 in the first quarter.
Well, that young kid, Glowry's got to play him in front all the time. Now, he's a new boy playing his first game, and, of course, he's giving away at least 13 centimetres, which is 5 inches. You watch this again. The kid will have no hope at the back because he just can't reach over the top of him. He's got to get it.
Madden off the ground for Essendon. I don't know whether there's an injury problem. Spencer has come on.
I think it could be because of the heat, Pete.
16.5 minutes gone, 10 points the difference in the first quarter. Williams out of the centre for Collingwood, down towards half forward, almost taken by Neville Shaw. Second chance, Granville not in possession, I would have thought. He'll take the free kick at the right half forward flank. Playing well so far too, in fact both the Shaw brothers are. We expect that. Mullane had the sit, couldn't take it. Watson tries to spin out, gets the hand pass out. Neville Shaw almost into, or Tony Shaw it was, has left to Glenn Hawker though. Hawker's kick around the boundary line, bounces over it, and it will be a throw-in on centre wing on the outer side. Wind blowing today from the north. Probably run about the 10 or 15 knot mark, but a great day for football. Probably a better day for the beach.
Better day for the supporters rather than the players.
Yes,
Pete.
I think so. Fellows and Williams are the flyers for Collingwood. Nobody can gain control with that. It's out of bounds, a little bit closer to the Collingwood end. Probably about 10 or 15 metres, and that's all. Number 23 for Essendon is Spencer, who, as we mentioned, has just come on. And pushing the back.
Well, he was lucky to get that.
I'd say so. I had to look to see which way he was indicating. Tony Shaw. Manson and Vanderhaar. Hawker. Hawker's kick is a high one, not well directed. The mark taken by Sumner on centre wing. Looking for Manson. Ball past Williams, out of bounds again. Right half forward flank for Collingwood. Only 18 minutes gone in the first quarter, and it will be a boundary throw-in.
And there's 10 points the difference in favour of Collingwood, getting off to a good start in this first quarter. Ball knocked out to Neville Shaw. He's been their star player. We see Donnell missed that one, a chance for Richmond. Hawker's right on his tail. He's got the job of tagging him. It'll be hold the ball against him. I thought it could have gone the other way, but we always say the umpire said he didn't try to do something about it. It was a good tackle by Hawker.
Playing well too.
Ball back there to Fellows, got under that one. Picked up here now by Watterson. It goes towards the boundary line. Kicked off the ground that time by Williams, but too late. And the ball is out of bounds up towards the centre wing position on the outer side. A capacity crowd here today, round about the 30,000. As we said before, looks more like a cricket crowd rather than a football crowd. And not a great day to start the season off as far as the players are concerned, because they're going to sleep well tonight. They'll be very tired. Scrimmage again, and the umpire will ball it up out there on the centre wing position. Of course, Salmon has already kicked one goal. And Collingwood have got 3 goals on the board. And who are the goal kickers there, Pete?
Byram, Burgess and Tony Shaw.
And they were pretty smart goals that Collingwood kicked in the early stage of this match. Well, there's a good tackle. It'll be hold the ball. That was a great tackle by the Collingwood skipper against Williams. And there's no doubt about this fellow. He certainly sets the example. He's one of the most inspirational players the Magpies have, if not the most inspirational.
3 kicks and 1 mark to Mark Williams.
Ball goes back there towards, oh, there's a high mark taken that time. He went for a quick hand pass. That was Spencer, a bit foolish, could have gone back for the kick. Thompson gets it over now to Wood. That's Wood back now. And Timmy Watson breaking clear. He's been a bit quiet today, but that's, bad hand dropped that time by Clark. In goes Phillips, he's in trouble. Down he goes, they pounce on top of him. He got one from Merritt. But the umpire said it'll be a free kick. I thought it was a fair bump by Merritt. He couldn't do anything else that time. Phillips goes wide, looking for the Collingwood captain. He's got the ball out there at half-back. Still 10 points the difference in favour of Collingwood. Today the wind is pretty strong, but it blows across the ground. Ricky Barham, mark, great mark. There's no more brilliant player than this fellow when he's firing. There's a lead coming for Manson. He's dropped it short. Manson flies. Vanderhaar, they both get under it. Backing up well is Mark Thompson down there at centre half. Back goes wide. Looking out there from Michael Thompson. Thompson does a nice little turn. Short pass. No one there. Fellows goes in, overruns the ball. It's a bit of kicking going there. Wild kickings that goes out wide. Baker goes down from one. No, McEwen goes down, I should say. Players smothering the ball there, and the umpire will ball it up out there on Essendon's half-forward line, about 50 metres out from their goal. Collingwood 3 goals, 119. To Essendon 1 goal, 39 points. Into this quarter by just on 20 minutes.
Bounce left half-forward flank for Essendon. And now it's going to be a boundary throw-in.
I think you'll find, Pete, that the wind, you can kick goals either end on this ground when the wind is strong, because it blows just about across the ground.
It is, yes, from the north this afternoon. Morwood scooped out the Phillips. Best way to describe that, I think. Over to Shaw. Back to Smith. Got one for his corner, a little bit too high, but no free kick for that. Smith again. Second chance. Phillips defending well in the first quarter. Not a good kick by the former South Australian. The opportunity for Donnell, and he makes the most of that, certainly. Gets clear of Barham. That's not easy to do. Chips it into the centre. Watson. Thompson. Watson. Watson coming into his own now. He can go long, does so. He'll be looking for Salmon. He won't get that one. Fellows almost had the grab. Little Izzard. Snapshot for goal. I think he might have put it through. Salmon, yes, 2 goals. 15 to 19. 4 points in it. Seven's big lead from Victoria Park.
Australia now has a luxury car that challenges the standards of those expensive Europeans. It has lavish appointments, even leather if you wish. It has electronic fuel injection, a 4-speed automatic with overdrive, central locking, cruise control, power-operated windows and external mirrors. Everything you'd expect of a European luxury car, except the price. A new Holden Calais, a world-class luxury car Australia can be proud of.
We've seen a whole lot of champions in Australia.
From NEC comes a video recorder with features that lead the way. Dual audio heads ensure the highest quality hi-fi stereo sound. 2-speed recording means 8 hours from 1 4-hour tape. And NEC's 4 tape heads give you perfect slow motion and freeze.
Compare NEC's range at your retailer. Feature for feature, I reckon NEC's miles ahead.
Australia's champion in video too.
While some of us in small business cling to the old ways of doing business, others have found a better way to close the sale. Get on the phone and get on with business.
The era, the man, the dream, the music, the legend. Now the king of rock and roll, the Aussie battler, the wild one, lives again in an exciting new mini-series event. Shout, the Johnny O'Keefe story, coming soon to 7.
Monday night on Day by Day, meet Dot Morton, Melbourne's supermum. She cares for 11 intellectually handicapped people, and they just love her.
It's really terrific, you know. So I think the nicest part of the day is when you put everybody to bed and you tuck them in and, you know, you get hugs and kisses and good night, Mum, and God bless you in the morning. And I think that's all the reward that anybody needs.
Meet Dot on Day by Day, Monday at 7 on 7.
From Victoria Park, we're at the 25-minute mark now of the first quarter. Collingwood's lead reduced to 2 points.
Now is Neville Shaw, a hand pass to Richardson. A putt shot at goal, but he's off target. And it's out of bounds on the 4th. Well, some of the superstars on both sides are down a bit. Timmy Watson's had a couple of touches. Richardson's been pretty quiet. It's been the real battles that keeping Collingwood and Essendon in the game, Pete.
Yes, Collingwood, if you can call them battles, have started off well, haven't they?
That's right. Rains comes out, a hand pass to Richardson. Merritt couldn't get clear. Phillips tries to get it over. In comes Williams, gives a hand pass over there to Walsh. The ball out wide, has a race going on now, and he's got it, Donnell. He's grabbed it, but he didn't play on. McEwen tried to bluff the umpire that time. A short pass over the half-forward line. There's the big fella flying. This time it's Merritt coming well now. Got away from Phillips. This is what you've got to put up when you've got with this Essendon side. There's so many guys on that forward line that can take a mark. And Merritt has now the chance of putting Essendon in front. He's had a couple of kicks, and as we said before, Phillips has done very well on him in this first quarter. He's had 8 possessions, Phillips. And Merritt's only about 35 metres out, if that, directly in front. Taking plenty of time to kick this one. There it is, and it's a goal, so the Bombers have hit the front. Essendon, 3 goals, 5-23 to Collingwood, 3-1-19.
Essendon hitting the front for the first time in the time-on period, some 2 minutes in. After Collingwood had kicked 2 goals earlier, before Essendon had got off the mark. Manel, you see big Merritt come in from the side. Almost like Roy's Hart, that one. 4 points the difference in favour of Essendon now. 27 minutes gone in the first quarter. The reigning premiers hitting the lead for the first time in the time-on period. Williams' kick is a long one. Donnell again. Oh, almost a screamer. Izzard was there with him. Gets caught almost with the ball. Back to Donnell. Donnell's right foot. Snapshot into the goal square. Salmon and Glowry off the hands. 1 point or a free kick to Salmon it will be. Goal number 2 coming up. I think it was, Pete. Well, goal number 3 is kicked 2 already. It was a wrestle, certainly. Here it is again, Luke.
Well, it's quite obvious that Salmon's not trying to wrestle the full back because he wants to get away from him. The young fella, inexperienced there, just made it a little bit too obvious.
Well, I said during the commentary earlier in the quarter, Salmon would probably kick 6. He's kicked 2 already. There's a chance to make it 3. So maybe he can get double figures here today. That's his 3rd. Essendon now going right on with the job. 10 points the difference. Collingwood led by a similar margin not long back. It's 3-1 to 4-5 in favour of the reigning premiers. Goal kickers for Essendon, 3 to Salmon and 1 to Merritt. And for Collingwood, Barham, Burgess and Tony Shaw. Here's that replay again. As I said, a wrestle, perhaps the best way to describe it.
Well, the young fella, even though in his endeavour, is not giving Salmon much chance to mark the ball. I know you've got to stop them, but there is an infringement there. There's no doubt about that, Pete.
He's kicked 3. Any thoughts of perhaps a move in that regard, Lou?
Well, I don't know what you do about it, Chet. I'll give the kid till the end of this quarter or so to settle down. It's a bit hard on him, I reckon.
The thing is, who can they put there?
Well, that's right. Phillips could go there, I suppose. And you've got Roger Merritt to contend with.
10 points the difference in favour of Essendon. 3 goals to Paul Salmon as the Bombers start to get into top gear late in the first quarter. Ball out towards Gafer. Gafer getting clear of Williams. Beautiful turn. Spins on a threepenny bit. Short passes in towards centre field. Is accepted by Rains. Caught but plays on. Rains' long kick out towards the right half forward flank. Van der Haar playing in front of Hansen has taken the grab.
Van der Haar playing at full-back. Playing many positions, this guy. One of the most brilliant marks in the business. Drives it out wide as they go now. For Smith to give the hand pass over to Richardson. He could have a shot. He's got plenty of room to run here. He's going to let fly now. Let's see the result. Not a bad kick either. It's a goal.
Needed that one.
Certainly it is. So Collingwood now moving up a bit. They're 4 goals, 1-25 to Essendon. 4 goals, 5-29. 4 points.
Does it in the Foster's way? It's Australia's
Sometimes life gets so crowded with never-ending bills and expenses, you don't have room to move. That's why there's Westpac's All-Together package. It's the financial package that brings together the services you need to better manage your family finances. If your family needs room to move, get it all together with Westpac, the bank.
The Hoover Elite 900 has a wool cycle fully approved by the Australian Wool Corporation. That's why Hoover is ahead of the rest.
Are you being served?
Just having a look.
So's he.
7:30 Sunday, a yodel and a giggle. It's German week at Grace Brothers.
I feel a right fairy.
Aren't you the lucky one?
Are you being served? Then at 8...
He always said he ought to spread his wings.
As long as that's all he spread.
Bless this house.
Last time I had a go, it was freezing.
Oh, that's awful.
No wonder it wouldn't hang right.
An hour of unbeatable comedy from 7:30 Sunday on 7. And welcome back to Seven's Big League. The difference at quarter time was 5 points in favour of Essendon, and we rejoin the match now at the 22-minute mark of the second quarter, and Essendon having increased their lead to 24 points.
There's nowhere to go at the moment, but they're doing okay, Essendon. Looking pretty strong. Ball hits the deck. Down goes a couple of players. Danaher there, two, and Morwood staggered a bit, but the ball is out of bounds on Collingwood's half-forward line. Let's say it's about 75 metres around from their goal. And the wind, a very strong north wind, blowing across the ground. It's a very hot day, around about 35 degrees. Capacity House. Watterson gets a hurried kick, and there'll be a mark taken by Burgess out there on the centre wing position. So at the 16-minute mark, the difference would be now about 24 points. And a mark taken there by Billy Peck, and he's got it.
3 grabs, but Bill's in possession.
Oh, if he kicks a goal here, Billy, this could lift the entire Collingwood side.
1 grab.
Had a bit of a juggle.
3.
Good on you, Bill.
And about 35 metres out, maybe 40. Is that too long for Bill Picken? Well, many would say yes.
As far as he can go, Pete.
I think it'd be about optimum distance for Bill. We'll soon see. Oh, sensational stuff from Billy Picken. I'll bring the grandstand down now as Billy brings up his first goal for Collingwood in 2 years. And he's pretty happy about it too. 7 big league scoreboard, 6-2-38 Collingwood, reigning premiers 8-8-56.
Well, if Collingwood need a lift, that's the sort of thing that will lift the team. Watch that mark again. Now, Billy did have a couple of grabs, but keeping the eye on the ball, he finally took it down. It was a brilliant goal from Billy Picken. And that inspiring goal, if Collingwood had got any go about them, that's the one to help them a bit, Pete.
2 goals to Barham, singles to Picken, Richardson, Burgess and Tony Shaw. 38 plays 56 on 7th big league from Victoria Park. The umpire has found a free kick. It's going Collingwood's way. The advantage rule played. Rains takes advantage of it. Up towards full forward. Van der Haar tries to punch to get it away from Fellows. Not successful. Richardson tries to crash through. It's close to the boundary line. And a stalemate develops. It's going to be a bounce just inside the line. So in Collingwood's forward pocket, a chance for the Magpies to come a little bit closer under these very summary conditions at Victoria Park. And it's a boundary throw-in. Well, Fellows and Merritt both missed it. It's left to Walsh, who just about threw it out. In fact, Collingwood supporters thought so. Thompson gains possession. Gets it out to Brian Wood. Wood's kick is a high one, a real rainmaker. Underneath it, Watson has it thumped away from him by Phillips. Loose ball half forward for Collingwood. Mullane and Thompson clash. That could be a free to Essendon. Yes, no. Collingwood through Mullane. He's played a ripper game today, Mullane. Picken, can he make it 2 from 20 metres out? Yes, I think he has. Oh, what a shot. 2 goals to Bill. And Collingwood fans finding voice. 7-2-8-8 on 7th big league.
Great play in the part of Mullane then. And Billy Picken, the old champion, the old favourite of the Collingwood crowd, didn't let him down. You watch this over to Billy. Right on the angle, a difficult shot. On the wrong side of the ground for a right footer, but he put it through. A standing ovation for the old champ. They love him here.
So 2 goals to Picken. He joins Ricky Barham as the leading goal kicker in the match. He'll be proud of that because they've been mates for many years. And Collingwood back with a chance once more. 12 points the difference, 56 plays 44 in our match of the day under very hot conditions at Victoria Park.
12 points the difference. The Magpies bouncing back as we see Watterson pick it up, ready to send the Bombers back into attack to reply. Up it goes now towards Sam, and he's there. He couldn't hold that one. He ducked his head. Picked up by Sumner, goes for a wild hand pass, and the ball is out of bounds. Salmon was looking for a free kick there, but the umpire not having a bar of it. 12 points the difference, and the bloke that's revitalised Collingwood is the old champ himself, Billy Pickett. And does this crowd love him down here at Victoria Park, Peter?
Do they what?
Ball knocked out again. Salmon tries to get clear. Did he drop that? The umpire said no. Plenty of scrimmaging going on. Neither side giving an inch and really going in after the ball. And the umpire will ball it up about 60 metres out from the Essendon goal. They're 56 points to Collingwood 44.
And time on in the second quarter.
And it looked as though the Bombers were going to go away with this game, but Collingwood bounced back again. Knocked out by Salmon. The ball, bit of overhead work there as we see Williams trying to get it out. Hawker taps the ball in front of him, fumbles. In goes Mullane. He was grabbed, didn't have the ball. He get a free kick. He's played a fine game here today, Mullane.
At Collingwood's best, he's had 7 kicks, 2 marks and 4 handballs.
Well, he's doing well. Been a very... made one mistake, but he certainly made up for it today with brilliant play. The pack fly off the top of the pack. Van der Haar taps the ball. There's Pickett again. Tries to smother it. Walsh can't pick it up. He's got it now. He's grabbed by Birds. It's a bad kick. In goes Neville Shaw. This looks dangerous. A running shot at goal up there towards Big Fellows and Van der Haar. Neither can take the mark, and it's through for 1 point. So the difference now 11 points. And the Magpies really aggressive, bouncing back. 44 plays, 57. That's 13 points the difference. 13 points the difference. And getting excited here. Punched away from by Rains that time from Danaher. In goes little Ezard. He's grabbed, gets a hurried kick back there towards Danaher. Danaher picks it up. Goes for a long hand pass. It's a long one. Oh, good play on the part of Abernathy. Over to Williams. Tapped it away from Harvey nicely. Up it goes to centre half forward. Billy Pickett dropped that one. Kicked off the ground by Tony Shaw up the Fellows. He'll turn and step for goal if he can. Now he gives the hand pass back to Neville Shaw. Overranks his fumble. The ball back towards the goal square. The pack flyer dropped mark that time by Donnell. But backing up well as Roger Merritt goes for a short pass. And it's a good one marked here by Mark Thompson.
Thompson from half-back.
Michael Thompson.
11 points the difference. Onto the centre weak position. That's left to Brian Wood. One of the most experienced campaigners at Essendon. He'll look for Salmon, of course. Salmon, got a push in the back from McEwen, but no free kick. Clark around Gaper. Short into the goal. Hawker in the forward pocket. One of the many moves that Sheedy makes. Trying to move players around, and Glenn Hawker has a chance to bring up a goal. Almost in the identical position that Tony Shaw scored the first goal of the match. Got deep pockets at Victoria Park, so a bit of daylight between the posts, and he has put it through for a goal. And that's just what Collingwood didn't need close to half-time. I don't think Glenn Hawker would score too many goals during the season. 7-3 to 8-8, 45 to 62.
National put more into smaller microwaves. You can too, because they have such a big turntable. New junior microwaves.
Taxi drivers know their tyres. That's why many are now using the new Kleber C1 steel radial. As one Queensland taxi operator wrote,
I've just replaced my Kleber C1s after an average over 4 tyres of 108,000 kilometres. As well as fantastic wear, the Klebers were very comfortable to drive on, and their grip on the road in both wet and dry conditions was excellent.
The new Kleber C1, the safe and economical steel radial that's right for your family car. Available exclusively from Bob Jane T-Marts.
Everybody knows in winter where the surfers go. Lifesavers, watch them surfing across the Osco. Surfing in the snow. Lifesavers, wiping out through the mountains and in the valleys too. Lifesavers, everybody's going surfing. Surfing in the snow. Lifesavers, hang them around. Lifesavers, hang them around. Surfing in the snow.
There comes a time when those jobs around the house have to be done.
Cup of tea, Sam?
Yeah. That's why I chose these handy Melcan & King concrete and mortar in bags. No waiting for truck deliveries. No heaps of sand, screening and cement. I just buy enough for the job. It's so easy. Paths, brickwork.
Tea's ready, Sam.
Okay. Melcan & King bags are pre-mixed. Just add water and presto. Melcan & King. Convenience in a bag.
There you are, Sam. You've been working so hard.
8:30 tonight.
I know what this means to us.
I'm getting an idea. Organ transplants, the ultimate gift.
Who was it that pulled the plug on Jack? Was it
you. They're citing you and the other doctors for criminal negligence. They're saying you killed their son.
A frustrating moral and legal problem.
I will not allow that kidney to be removed.
How many more hasty declarations of death will take loved ones away from us?
The Definition of Death, a disastrous dilemma for Quincy ME. 8:30 tonight on 7.
And so after 2 action-packed quarters of football, Essendon leading by 17 points at the major change. We pick up play now early into the third quarter, the 6-minute mark, the Bombers having increased their lead to 19 points.
Darren Williams, after a slow start, coming into the game well. Short pass. Who's he got? Salmon. I don't think it was intended for. Plenty of weight being used down there. Good tackle. Result is a ball to Phillips. Out it comes to Tony Shaw, who's played a great game for Collingwood. So too has Neville. Both the Shaw brothers have done well, and this guy's done well since he came on too. Young Daniels, as Lou said, he kicked 3 goals in a night match. Here's Neville Shaw. Thompson beats him for it. Thompson's playing a great game for Essendon, so is Donnell. Donnell, left centre wing. Short pass. The Bomber machine looking good at the moment. Watson inside the square. He's gone for a pass.
Well, they're all into it down there in the pocket, Pete. It's been going on for about 2 minutes now.
A little bit of a dish up. Snapshot at goal by Wood, I think, is off target. Probably out of bounds. It is. It will be a boundary throw-in. Left forward pocket for Essendon.
Well, they've cleaned up everything down there now. They've unravelled the mess.
I heard the crowd roar, but of course, play still continued. And you can see it here. This is what was happening.
Well, it's a typical football fight, isn't it?
A little bit of pushing and shoving.
A bit of wrestling.
Nothing too serious. Now, boundary throw-in. Left forward pocket for Essendon. Nobody can get a tap out of that. Picked up by Shaw again. Does well. Tony Shaw well played over to Abernathy. Abernathy's kick is not long, but very high. Barron doesn't get a favourable bounce. It's left for Baker on the fold. He can score a goal from there. That looks pretty good, Gary Foles. Full points to Essendon. And so a goal kicked by Gary Foles, Essendon's 10th, 10-10 to 7-3 at Victoria Park.
Well, it's 25 points the difference now, and the Bombers looking good again, and well backed up by Foles. Good pass coming over, and of course, since coming on about halfway or 2/3 of the way through the first quarter, he hasn't put a foot wrong. Been a very valuable player over the years. He's had 7 possessions, 5 kicks and 2 hand passes. Centre bounce again. Bombers looking very strong again after Collingwood have been a very aggressive side today. They haven't been disgraced so far. 25 points the difference. Knocked out again, back there towards Morwood. Punched on again by Burgess, back towards Manson. Taps the ball on no one there for Collingwood. Picked up by Danaher playing at centre half back. A fumble by Welsh. Talker, he's played a great game too, but got the ball out. Ball tapped over by Donnell. Waterson out wide now, and there's Harvey breaking clear, getting away from range. He's got the job of binding him out there at half back. Oh, they all fly. There's a free through kicks going there. I think it'll go to Western. It'll go on the head door, on the back of the neck that time to Salmon. It was there all the way against McEwen. Got a chance now for goal number 6. And he's been a real star here today. They had young Glary on him until he kicked 4 or 5 goals on the young fella. And of course, young Glary didn't come back on the ground. I think he got 4 goals on him, and 1 on McEwen came on, and he got 1 on McEwen.
He's kicked 5-3 so far, Lou, from 8 kicks and 1 hand pass.
Well, he's about, let me see, he'd be no more than about 30 metres out, directly in front. Shouldn't miss this one. There she is on its way, and that's right through the middle. So it's 31 points the difference now. 7 goals, 3:45 Collingwood to Essendon, 11 goals, 10:76.
So Paul Salmon shaping up as man of the match indeed, certainly by the statistics, and has now kicked 6 goals, 3.
Well, both these sides would be tied because they've been pretty tiring conditions here today. The temperature around about the 33 mark.
31 points the difference on 7's big league from Victoria Park, 11-10 to 7-3.
Ball knocked out by Welsh. Harvey was going to hand pass, decides to go for the long kick, looking for Salmon against McEwen. They both missed that one, but little Ezard backing him up. Well, this could be a goal. He's going to run to an open one, and he's put it through. So it's 31 points the difference now. So they're really looking good.
Ezard's second goal.
Well, it's 37 points, I should say. It was 31 points before.
12-10-82 to 7-3-45. Ezard 2, 6 to Salmon, Folds, Merritt, Hawker and Michael Thompson, the other goal kickers for Essendon. And as the reigning premiers starting to assert their superiority now at Victoria Park. Here it is in replay. Good turn of speed this, Luke.
Very good turn of speed, Pete. He's backed up well. He was a bit quiet to start, but the little men are coming into the game now. He's had 9 kicks and about 2 or 3 hand passes.
9 kicks, 2 marks, 2 handballs for Essendon.
Centre bounce again. 37 points the difference, and the Bombers are looking like a premiership side again. Ball punched on that time by Spencer, picked up by Mullane. A hand pass coming over to Abernathy, who looks pretty tired at this stage of the match. It goes out wide and it's out of bounds on Collingwood's half-forward line. It's Collingwood, 7 goals, 345 to Essendon, 12 goals, 1082. And things are not looking too good midway through this. Shaw going off the ground. Ball out of bounds again up towards Collingwood's half-forward line. And Smith coming back on in place of Shaw. And that's Tony Shaw off the ground. That's the first time I've seen him taken off the ground for a while. Pete, he must be pretty tired.
Might be needing a rest, Lou. Gary Foles got grabbed or pushed by Daniels. Down goes Danaher. And finally picked up by Burgess, but it's out of bounds. Well out of bounds, as you can see on the fall. And it will be a kick to the Bombers in the back pocket, probably taken by Gary Foles, or it might be Thompson. It's going to be the latter. Thompson to take the free kick a little bit further upfield, I think, yes, indicates the boundary umpire. Essendon just a little bit too good at the moment after the Magpies got off to a very promising start here at Victoria Park. Is that a mark for Baker, or is it out of bounds? I think it might be out of bounds, Leon. Yes, it is. Right in front of our commentary position, or below it, fairly high on the roof here at Victoria Park. A nice breeze coming through today, which is a little bit cooler in June and July, I can assure you. Picked up by Darren Williams. Williams out towards centre wing, or centre field, I should say. Mark Williams takes the mark for Collingwood. He's played well too. Kick over to, or pass over to Gaper. Van der Haar.
Played a great game.
He hasn't done anything wrong, has he?
Got off to a slow start, but after about 15 minutes of the first quarter, he hasn't, as you said, Pete, hasn't put a foot wrong. Van der Haar.
Walker fumbles there, but Essendon backing up as always on, and of course it's Watson. And those familiar runs downfield. Was he given that one to? That was pretty quick. Sleight of hand almost to Thompson. Big pack of players down there. Phillips is in the middle of that for the Magpies. It's going to be a stalemate, and the bounce will take place about 10 metres out from goal, with the scoreboard showing Essendon 12-10 to Collingwood 7-3. Manson and Salmon. Richardson, right back pocket. Into the defensive side of the ground. It bounces just inside Mullane and Williams. Donnell and Mullane.
Donnell's played a fair game too, Pete.
He has.
Been a very handy player.
Yes, handy's a word that you could probably use for just about every Essendon player so far. They're very versatile, and Sheedy, of course, not frightened to swing them around, defence or attack. And Donnell's played in both sides, both parts of the ground today. Out of bounds in front of Phillips. A boundary throw in. Left half forward flank for Essendon. Merritt and Manson. Won by Manson onto Baker. Baker too high. No. Out of bounds once more before Mark Williams could do much about it. And another boundary throw in will take place. 13 3/4 minutes gone in the third quarter. Manson this time with Spencer. Manson doing well. He and Fellows have done exceptionally well in the ruck so far during the day. Baker's kick is smothered. He might get an opportunity. No, again, it's coming out to Williams. Darren Williams' kick is a high one. Harvey underneath it. Gets it off the top. Sumner. Gets it back again from Abernathy. Long kick this time. Down towards half forward. No one there for Collingwood. Van der Haar. While Barham makes the most of a mistake that he made. I think he might have put it through. Yes, he has. Putting through his third goal, and Paul Van der Haar, who has hardly done anything wrong, as we mentioned today, makes a mistake. He doesn't look happy about it. Barham made the most of it. 12-10 to 8-3.
Well, always the opportunist, Barham. You'll see this. Van der Haar should have marked this, and as Pete said, his first mistake for the day. Dropped an easy one and backing up beautifully, and he made sure of the kick too. He dribbled along the ground, didn't take any chances for a goal.
3 goals to Ricky Barham, a badly needed one certainly for Collingwood. Back into the centre, it's 82 plays 51 on Sevens Big League as we approach the 15-minute mark, third term.
Alex Walsh breaking clear, not much attention paid to him there. Punched out by Phillips down there at fullback. Does it go now for Sumner to pick it up down there? McEwen, it is down there in the back pocket. He's gone for a hand pass over to Gafer. He got one a bit high. Did he get a free kick? The umpire said no, and the ball will be out of bounds. going to pay that free kick? I thought so. Gayfer got it very high.
Phillips and Salmon having a little bit of a dish up behind play.
I like this fella's style. He has a bit of a go too, Gayfer. The ball kicked up there towards the wing position. No one can hold the mark. Fellows dropped that. Picked up by Williams. He's really come into the game since quarter time. Goes for a long kick over the centre half forward position. Salmon! He's got it. He had to sit that time all the way, Salmon. Phillips complaining, but he grabbed the mark. Let's watch that again. You can see him coming from well back. And he's grabbed it on the second go. So he's got a chance to kick goal number 7 from about 45 metres out. And of course, this will put the Bombers back 37 points in front again. This fella, no doubt, well, he could break the league record for goal, but he's off target that time. Oh, there's a mark taken down there by Ezard. He's called play on. They've all stood there watching him. He's put it through for a goal. Well, they went to sleep then. You've got to pick up your players, and the difference now, 37 points in favour of Essendon. 13-10-88. The Collingwood 8 goals, 351.
The 1986 Victorian Football League Premiership season is proudly sponsored by Carlton, brewers of Foster's Lager, Australia's favourite beer.
Well, after a fairly even first quarter, Collingwood getting away well in the opening term, and they led for most of it. Essendon took the lead in the time-on period. They led by 5 points at the first change, increased it to 17 at half-time. It was 40 points the difference at three-quarter time, and Essendon going on to record a win of some 65 points in their opening match today at Victoria Park. In the stats, and Essendon, we see, had 37 more kicks. They had 13 more marks. But Collingwood were on top in the free kicks, the handballs and the hit-outs, and the shots at goal, Essendon doubling Collingwood's total 41-19. In the goals at the park today, Paul Salmon finished up with 7, could have had 10. Ezard rode brilliantly, kicked 4, but he missed a few others as well. And for Collingwood, Ricky Barham was their major contributor with 3, and Billy Picken kicked also 2 goals. After the match, I went to the Essendon rooms and spoke first of all to their coach Kevin Sheedy, and I asked him how he rated their overall performance this afternoon.
Well, for a game so early, I know you've got to play a first game sometime, but we haven't had a big pressure game like against a league side for quite some time. We've been playing Queensland and Perth and that, and trying players that are coming up. We've had a lot of young kids in our team, and I think that that will only bear good fruit for us in the future, and to come out and win like we did today is very pleasing, really.
Terry, congratulations. It's always nice to win at Victoria Park, I guess.
Oh, certainly, yes. We're just after the 4 points there today, Pete, but it certainly wasn't easy, and it never is at Victoria Park, but I think we sort of, at the game changed a bit there, and we got on top in that third quarter. We had to sort of, we were going to have any chance of getting away with it.
I think that was perhaps coincidentally when you started to pick up a few kicks too in the third term.
Yeah, I guess, there's a few of us a little quiet in the first half, but that's the thing. We were very fortunate. We had guys backing us up all the time, and I think that, we had 3s and 4s at the ball, and that's what we got to have, especially in the heat out there today. And as I say, we're rather happy we got away with the 4 points today. Yeah.
Paul, you finally finished a match at Victoria Park.
Yeah, that was very pleasing, Peter. It's been a while. I'm 84 when I did the knee, and last year the comeback game, so that was I didn't last since there either, but yeah, it's just pleasing to get through it all.
You started off well. At one stage, I think you probably might have thought about perhaps bagging 10.
Well, you never think that's a trap I fell into a while ago, when you start well and you sort of start thinking about double figures. You just got to take every contest as it comes. I was happy to get out of the game 7 and sort of do a few little things that help the team, and just get through the game. That's what I was out there to do.
Tell me your own form. You kicked 4, but you missed a few.
Yeah, I was fairly happy, but hopefully I'll get on the right target eventually.
How easy up forward does it make it when you've got a guy like Paul Salmon palming the ball out to you?
It makes it a bit easy. Paul puts in pretty hard, and he's not afraid to tap it over for you. If you're in the right position, he'll do the right thing.
Were you expecting Collingwood to hit you hard early?
We're expecting them really tough in the first 5-10 minutes, but once after that we just settle down and play football.
The Bombers camp pretty happy after today's match at Victoria Park. Coming up, Scott Palmer after the break.
When you look around Victoria at the start of every day, you'll find someone there to help you, someone with you all the way. 'Cause when it comes to your insurance, there's a name you need to know. They're safe and sure, and they care for you more than the S.
Sure, a shop like mine, SIO are okay. They looked after me.
And they're okay for home insurance.
And okay for car insurance too.
Victorian Brown, Victoria's own, they're the S-I-O.
They're okay.
The integration factor, only from NEC. Computers and communication equipment must integrate fully, so all NEC computers, printers, fax machines and PABXs work together and with other systems to multiply your business in your local office or around the world. And any NEC computers and communication equipment you buy in the future will integrate fully too. The integration factor, NEC.
In the land of the Southern Cross, I'm old man, my own boss. How can I do my part? Australian in my soul and heart. And I let that feeling show with the beer the whole world knows. Foster's Lager, Australia's favorite. Australia's Foster's, Australia's favorite beer. Hey!
Deserted by their parents, all they had was each other. Brenda Vaccaro stars in the story of three children whose search for each other was a burning obsession into adult life. A Long Way Home, for the first time on television, 8:30 Sunday.
And welcome back to Sevens Big League. And coming back tomorrow, the first match televised in the Army Reserve Cup for season 1986. And you'll see that live from the Lakeside Oval at 2:15, straight after World of Sport. And it features Geelong versus Fitzroy. And it's my pleasure now to welcome back the sporting editor of the Sunday Press, his first segment in Sevens Big League for 86. Good evening, Scotty Palmer.
Good evening, Peter. Welcome viewers back into the Sunday Press for another football season. And what a day. First day, more sensations. I think if I'd been a Collingwood player today, I would have been too ashamed to walk back into these rooms after the game. So said a downcast Bobby Rose after today's loss. Rose said there was no excuse for the way his Magpies played in the second half against the Bombers. All summer he said the team has been talking about commitment and what we must do for Collingwood. It just didn't happen. Essendon, he said, was a good side and would do the same to others. But again, no excuse for Collingwood. First gamer Greg Daniels has an injured hand that will be x-rayed tonight. Essendon's Kevin Sheedy, after 2 premierships, wasn't happy tonight. But he said the Bombers won't become complacent. We have too many good players in the reserves trying to get a game for that to happen. No injuries at Essendon, and full forward Paul Salmon, who kicks 7 a day, isn't setting his sights on 100 goals this season. The last time he set that for a target, something went wrong, his knee. Geelong's John Devine said he felt like jumping off a bridge tonight. But he'll go home, he said, have a bottle of Foster's and blame everybody but the coach for today's defeat by Fitzroy. Then he'll look at the positive signs shown by the Cats. Devine said he is not using injuries as an excuse tonight. He never has. He said his young players looked jittery at the start, but they played better in the second half. On the injury side, Darryl Flanagan had 2 teeth knocked out today. And on the subject of Jacko, Devine said he got 6. That could be 120 for the season. No complaints there. Fitzroy finished worse off. They have first gamer Dwayne Rowe with a back injury, Jamie Cooper a hip, and Michael Reeves a hamstring. But new coach David Parkin was pleased. He thinks it's the first time in 6 seasons that Fitzroy have started the season off with a win. And what about Melbourne? There's a sensational win down there at the MCG, and John Northey was quite colourful about the win over his old club Richmond. My theme has been the team, he said, and we're going to shove it to all our knockers, especially because we've had our guts kicked out in the past, said Northey. Northey, the quiet man, has replaced Ron Barassi, and there doesn't seem to be too much difference there in the after-match addresses. He's had bad luck, however. Captain Robbie Flower has a suspected broken rib. He now believes he's a jinxed player, and Alan Johnson hurt his groin today. Richmond's Tony Jules said that the Tigers will have to keep on trying new faces, bringing the kids up from the reserves, and he wants Richmond to keep chasing Maurice Rioli. After today's loss, the Tigers will be back in the Rioli hunt for sure. Back to you, Peter.
Thanks, Scotty. Well, we might be seeing some of those new faces next Tuesday night, because we have the next match coming up in the Foster's Cup, and it will be between Essendon and Richmond, and you'll see that game live on the 7 Network next Tuesday night, April the 1st, April Fool's Day. Still some more action to come up from Cardinia Park when we come back. 7th Big League after the break.
want a video recorder that puts more into your video? You get them from National.
From National.
Here comes Holden Barina.
Get you anywhere you want to go. It's a car that will go, go, go. Feels like a dream. It's going to set the scene. Take you for a ride. It's a feature-packed machine. Barina at its price you want to know. Barina. It's a car that will go, go, go. Barina. Baby Barina.
Holden Barina gives you more run for your money.
Not all small business people have been forced to tighten their belts. Some have found a more efficient way to trim their expenses. Get on the phone and get on with business.
There's a feeling this country's really alive. There's a feeling we're hitting overdrive. And there's a beer that catches all its pride. It's a Foster's. Foster's is a feeling Australia has today. No beer does it in the Foster's way. It's a feeling Australia has today. It's Foster's. Foster's is the feeling that the whole world knows. You can feel it everywhere you go. It's a feeling that we love to show. It's Foster's. Foster's Lager. It's got the flavor that's taking it all around the world.
A knock in the middle of the night, a man in pain, in need of help. For Dr. Sam Mudd, the nightmare had begun.
John Wilkes Booth assassinated Abraham Lincoln at Ford's Theater last night. And was the man whose leg you said John Wilkes Booth?
Think carefully, Dr. Mudd.
What is going on here? What is this?
You're under arrest for conspiracy. People want vengeance. You need to see someone suffer.
To the hellish cells of America's own Devil's Island, The Ordeal of Dr. Mudd, starring Dennis Weaver, premieres 8:30 Wednesday.
Geelong today played host to Fitzroy at Cardinia Park. Both teams with new coaches, John Devine at the helm for the Cats and former Hawthorn and Carlton Premiership coach David Parkin guiding the Lions. The Cats' pre-season matches have been highlighted by a string of injuries, notably to Gary Ablett and Gary Malarkey, giving the opportunity to Russell Mitchell and Bill Brownless to make their senior debuts. Fitzroy pre-season, though, have been fairly impressive. A tear-away win over Collingwood at a Foster's Cup match a fortnight back gave supporters plenty of hearts, although they too were missing stars in the like of Conlon, Loken, Serafini and their captain Matt Rendell. Sandy Roberts and Bob Skilton joined the crowd at Cardinia Park this afternoon, and tonight we begin our replay with some highlights of the first two quarters.
Mounts on half-forward flank for Geelong. Tilley and Flanagan. No clear tap. It's taken by Barwick, smothered by Morgan. Comes back. Mitchell takes it away. Gets the hand pass to Christensen. Well tackled. Picked up now by Cooper. Cooper's kick up towards half-forward. Osborne up high. Couldn't take the mark. Well picked up by Lyon. Across to Turner. Turner looking for Quinlan. It's Quinlan and Cleve. Quinlan taps the ball on. Excellent play as Harris comes in. Kicks off the ground by Osborne. Quinlan's there. Into the open goal and his second goal on the board. Excellent team play by Fitzroy as Quinlan tapped it on. Harris came in. Missed it. It was kicked off the ground by Osborne. Possibly out of the hands of Cleve. But there was nothing dangerous in it and a great goal to Quinlan.
Won by Flanagan. Mighty thump down towards the half-forward line, but picked up by Paul Roos. A hurried kick back towards the centre, taken by Scratch and Neal. Called to play on. Across to Flanagan. Flanagan in turn to Mitchell. Mitchell long towards Jackson. Now what can he do? He's got it. Strong though. .25 metres out, almost directly in front. Jackson's first kick for the 86 season is exactly what he wants, and Geelong post their first. 1-1, trailing Fitzroy 3-3 on Seven's big lead.
Not on camera, but the windsock directly opposite and is not doing anything at all, but I think it's caught around the flag, around the pole, so that might not be a guide. McIver, the hand pass to Turner. Turner almost threw it on to Harris. Chance of a score coming up, and Harris goes for the short pass instead. Lyon takes it, runs into the open goal, and there's the fourth one for Fitzroy. 4-7, 31 with Geelong on 139. Geelong allowed to play on. The ball drops short. Flanagan takes it. He'll play on. Shows a good turn of speed for a big fella. The hand pass through towards Schultz. He spills it. It recovers. Gets the hand pass out to Morgan from the centre of the ground. Morgan, a poor kick. Reeves taps it away from Jackson, who recovers. Kicks it off the ground. It's bouncing towards goal, but Thornton of Fitzroy will be there first, and he carries it through for one rush point to Geelong. But that point to Geelong takes them to 1 goal for 10 points, with Fitzroy on 4-7-31. 21 points the margin in favour of Fitzroy, almost into the time-on period.
Thornton's kick back into play. And Fitzroy out of trouble once again. Through Reeves, up towards centre wing. Oh, Osborne's got the chance at the back. He can bounce his way across the half-forward line with 2, draw the player and shoot towards goal. Low trajectory kick. Looks pretty good, and he's goal. Plays on quickly. From Roos to the half-forward line. McIver, a bad bounce. Pert tries to tap it over the back towards Osborne. Clever play. Here's a chance now for the runners. Fitzroy into attack again. Ross Lyons already kicked one. Goes short looking for Quinlan. Buffeted out of it. At the back is Laurie. Got rid of it like a hot potato. Bernie Harris picks it up into the open goal and pops through another.
I think Geelong fans will be very happy to hear this siren. 30 minutes have gone. Williamson must get the free kick, but he won't bother to have it from there. He's on centre wing. And the siren sounds for quarter time. It's Fitzroy, 6 goals, 7, 43, with Geelong on 1-4-10. The bounce 35 metres out from the Fitzroy goal. No clear tap. Comes back to Flanagan. The hand pass not taken by Bewes. Barwick's short kick picked up by McIver. Snap towards goal from McIver's full points. Excellent pay by the ex-Banana lander.
Terry Bright at half-back. Christensen still on the half-back. He was off, and then he turned round and he had a look, and he ran straight into Michael Gale. Doesn't matter because Fitzroy are into attack once again. Laurie just gets rid of it in time to Harris. Harris up towards Osborne, takes the mark at half-forward.
Pick this, Sandy.
Well, they're moving the ball about tremendously quickly.
Their handball under pressure has been excellent.
Yep. If he does kick this, then I will agree, yes, Geelong are in real strife.
They're in
drop
strife,
punt on its way. Summed up by Robert Skilton. They're in strife, Geelong, as Fitzroy moved to 8-7, leading Geelong 1-4 on 7's big lead. An opportunity for Gale. Tried to tap it forward, lost it, but he's still in pursuit. Now Christensen receives the hand pass, goes short up towards the half-forward line. Fitzroy defence has been tight as a drum. Coates overruns it. And in fact has given away the free kick. Drum across to Christensen. Christensen short to Jacko.
Jackson so far has kicked Geelong's 1 goal. So can he give them the goal they desperately need? Kick from Jackson.
Yes.
Full points from Mark Jackson. So 2 goals to Jackson and Geelong. 2 goals, 5, 11 points with Fitzroy on 8-7-55.
Tilly again. Cooper, who's in trouble, there's no doubt about that, with a thigh or hip problem. Barwick's got explosive pace, uses it to half-forward. Will Quinlan fly from behind again? He does, but can't take the mark on this occasion. Oh, Harris is there to receive the handball, steadies, fires at goal and pops it through. Number 10 goes on the board for the Lions, and that's Harris's second. Williamson does the ruck work this time for Fitzroy.
Turner will get the free kick.
So an excellent chance of posting goal number 11 for the Lions.
He's made it pretty hard for Scratcher Neal today, Sandy.
My word, he has. Yep. Made it very difficult. In fact, how many kicks has Neal had? 5 for the day. So Scratcher's found them hard to come by. The kick from Turner. A drop punt. A good-looking kick to it. He's goal.
It does take time to get into it. And Darren Flanagan, you know, he's one of the few Geelong players that are really, I'm not saying they're not giving their heart and soul, but he is performing out there and doing well and dominating the ruck work as Lenihan takes that kick. Swings it up towards half-forward. Lindner. Can't quite trap it, taps it wide. Good play, but Christensen was knocked away from the ball. It comes back to Christensen. His short kick comes towards Lindner. Thought about the hand pass. Now he elects to put it up. Looking for Jackson. Jackson from behind takes the mark. So Reeves looking for a free kick. None forthcoming. And so Mark Jackson with the opportunity of putting his third goal on the board and Geelong's fourth. He's only 15 metres out. No angle of note. Kick from Jackson. Third goal to Mark Jackson.
Jackson and Williamson again. A stalemate in this left half forward region for Geelong. And I'm afraid they're going to have to do it all again. No, they won't, because there's the siren to end the first half here at Kardinia Park, with the honours going well and truly with the visitors. Fitzroy, who kicked 5 goals for that quarter, they moved to 11-9, leading Geelong 4-6 on Seven's big lead.
Brian needs a hand.
Okay. Oh, sure hope the owner's with SIO.
Oh, car insurance is all the same.
SIO's different. The woman there explained why agreed value's better. Most companies only pay out market value. That's often much less. SIO make it so simple even you could understand it.
Hey.
Victorian Road, Victoria's under the SIO.
They're okay.
The TV in your day should be a national. Television for tomorrow as well as today.
From National. I just can't face that school today. He need a prima.
I don't understand a thing they say.
She need a prima.
We're gonna take a stand. About time we had a change of plan. How I'd love to float away, but it doesn't matter if we stay. I've got my prima. You can't take that away. Got my prima. You can't take that away. I need a prima.
You know, buying a car is like racing a car. Your aim is to come out a winner.
Compare these similarly priced cars. Pulsar, Corolla, Laser. One comes out way in front. Only the Nissan Pulsar has a 1.5-litre engine. Only the Nissan Pulsar has 5-speed manual transmission, the largest hatch in its class, and air conditioning. Right now, during Pulsar Run-Out, you get a lot more car for a lot less money. Don't miss it. Pulsar Run-Out.
You just can't lose at your Nissan dealer.
8:30 tonight.
I know what this means to us.
I'm getting an idea. Organ transplants, the ultimate gift.
Who is it that pulled the plug on Jack? Is it you? They're citing you and the other doctors for criminal negligence. They're saying you killed their son.
A frustrating moral and legal problem.
I will not allow that kidney to be removed. How many more hasty declarations of death will take loved ones away from us?
The Definition of Death, a disastrous dilemma for Quincy ME. 8:30 tonight on 7.
And so at half-time it was Fitzroy 11-9-75, leading Geelong 4-6-30. As we go now to some highlights of the second half, Bob Skilton, Sandy Roberts.
And takes yet another mark. Michael Coates kicks it into the breeze. Punched away by Boss. Picked up by Mitchell. Hand passes to Boss. Likewise to Flanagan. Again out to Christensen. Gets around his opponent. Drives it towards half forward. Jackson up. It's punched away. Lindner takes it. In the back could have been the decision, but it's called play on. Reeves picks the ball up. Hand passes to Roos. Out to McIver. McIver has time to steady with the bounce. Then drives it forward where Barwick's on his own. Gets a favourable bounce. Then has time. Have the bounce. Puts it forward to Quinlan. It's punched away. Picked up by Harris. Thought about the hand pass. Easily runs around his opponent and dribbles it through for full points.
Right, at half back. Goes short. Andrew Buse. A kick under pressure. Finds Lenihan on centre wing. One bounce. Then into attack. Brownless couldn't pick it up on the half volley. Beaten on this occasion. Williamson got the handball away to Harris. Eventually back to Barwick. Barwick across to McIver. Still with that player. Now he goes over the top to Ross Thornton in the centre. Good shepherding, sees Thornton clear. Spears one up towards Osborne at half forward. Upper fraction early. Here's Harris at the back with explosive pace. He's got Quinlan in the square. Turner just need only push it towards him, but no, he's going to have a shot himself. And I think he's kicked it.
So from half back. hand pass to Harris. Harris now. Long kick with the left foot. Osborne from behind. Couldn't quite take it. Christensen gets a hand pass across to Turner. Turner has time for a bounce. The kick's off the side of the boot. Lindner's out there. Couldn't quite take the mark. Taps it on. A chance for Jackson. Jackson picks it up. Taps it on towards Brownless. Couldn't quite get it. Brownless picks it up, gives it to Jackson, and it's a goal. 4 goals to Mark Jackson. Well, they did everything not to kick it, but in the finish, Jackson put it through. 4 goals to Jackson. The one thing you will say for both Brownless and Jackson is that they were trying to do the best for each other.
Geelong fans will be hoping that he has a free run this year. Brownless got up a mile, gave it to Morgan. Morgan hand pass in towards Lindner at half forward. It was a disappointing bounce for him, however. Roos lost it. Drum shows dash, goes bursting through onto the left foot. He snaps at goal and puts through another one. Well, a couple of great goals, and perhaps that'll lift the Cats.
Flanagan against Williamson. High bounce. Flanagan gets the tap. It's Drum once again. Puts it long. Jackson and McIver. Oh, it's Brownless who takes it. A great mark by Brownless. Brownless came across in front of Jackson, and the youngster with 1 goal to his credit, kicked in the second term. Right through the centre. Brownless kicks his second.
In Fitzroy's attacking zone. And we're into time on, 3rd term. Flanagan, Couch, Bright. Across the face of goal. Lenehan with shepherding, finds himself clear. Goes short. Lindner, oh, he's got Jacko 20 metres down, uses him. He can steady. Will this be number 5? Look at that pace as he storms towards goal and pops it through.
So we find Mark Boss straight across the ground. Lenehan's there for Geelong. Too far for Lenehan. Harris comes in. Lenehan taps it on. He's got Terry Bright there. Lenehan telling him with a good piece of shepherding that he's clear. Bright's had 2. Now it's 3 bounces. Down past the half-forward line. Goes short and finds Morgan. Hand pass over the top from Morgan. Bright slips. They've put themselves in trouble. He cannot get boot to ball, and it's Hinchin who takes it away. Over the top with a hand pass. They just tried to do a little bit too much. Barwick puts the ball forward. Taken by Geelong again. This time Hocking's there, but the siren has sounded. A golden opportunity of a goal missed. And Geelong at 3/4 time. 8-12-60. Fitzroy 13-11-89. Tilly in the front position. Flanagan got the ball down. Goes after it again. He tackles Turner. Turner's left foot kick up towards half forward. Runs past Harris. Hocking's there as well. Hocking dives in. Picked up by Gale across the Lyon. Lyon's hand pass out wide to Bernie Harris. Harris has time and pace to run away from Bright and straighten up, put it through for full points. So Bernie Harris kicks his 3rd goal.
So 8 minutes have been played in this last quarter. Harris soccers off the ground. Down towards the half-forward line. Bright scoops it out the back door. Scratcher Neal may get them out of trouble here. He does, out towards the wing. Lenehan, Couch, Barwick. Lenehan across to Couch. He's got Scratcher Neal running if he needs him. Elects to go further forward to Drum. Will he goal here? He goes long. Jacko's the target, and Jacko is found. Well, he's kicked 5. 5 out of 8. Which is a fair percentage. Let's see what he can do here. A fine start to the season for him. He's goal. Goal number 6 to Jacko. And he's certainly done everything he's been able to do to keep the Cats up in the hunt. 14-13 plays 9-13 on 7's big lead. Underground handball was by Scott McIver, but it's effective. Finishes up with Thornton, who goes over the centre. Quinlan can't take it with the one hand. Could have almost left it for Bernie Harris as Bright nips in. Goes up towards Bruns. Taps it over the back. No one at home, however. Picked up by Hinchin. Hinchin, a quick handball to Leon Harris. He looks towards half forward once again. Quinlan waits down. Quinlan has it now. He can goal from here, Bernie. He fires a beautiful long drop punt. And that must surely be good night Geelong as Bernie Quinlan puts through.
Well, Fitzroy led by 33 points at quarter time, and they won the match by 28 points. In the stats, Fitzroy were on top in kicks, handballs and shots at goal. Geelong on top in marks, the frees by 1 and also the hit-outs. In the goals, Jackson got 6 for Geelong and Brownless kicked 2, and for Fitzroy, Quinlan got 4 and Harris got 4 goals. 3 matches on Monday to complete the round, and at the MCG it will be North Melbourne and the Sydney Swans. At VFL Park it will be Hawthorn and Carlton, and at the Western Oval it will be Footscray versus St Kilda. Fine weather today, and let's hope it continues over the Easter weekend. Don't forget World of Sport tomorrow 11 o'clock and a special edition of Seven's Big League at 8:30 on Monday night. Hope you can join us then. From all at Seven Sport, a very good night to you all.
Back to Sumner, right on his tail is Ezard. Ezard shows a bit of finesse, he picks the ball up, snaps it goal, and the Bombers are in front now. Great play on the part of Ezard.
Collingwood through Mullane, he's played a ripper game today, Mullane. Pickett, can he make it 2 from 20 metres out? Yes, I think he has. Found by Madden, and a good 35-yard kick too. Chance for Essendon goal, this is as easy as they get.
Disappointing bounce for him, however. Roos lost it. Drum shows dash, goes bursting through onto the left foot. He snaps at goal and puts through another one.
Picked up by Gale across the line. Lyons hand pass out wide to Bernie Harris. Harris has time and pace to run away from Brighton. Straighten up.
Half forward. The mark has been taken by Stephen James. He swings onto the left foot. A long driving high drop punt. And was it touched? I don't think so. I think the Tigers have hit the front. Oh, here's a chance. Gary Lyon into the open goal. He snaps. What's happened? I think he's kicked it.
Seven's Big League was proudly brought to you by General...
Proudly brought to you by Bob Jane Tea-Marts.
And the 86 season opens. It's summertime, but the living ain't easy. Is Burgess bursting away. The heat is on as Collingwood get away to a good start.
What was a fight on? Box on here now. Looking for Salmon. He won't get that one.
The other end of the ground. Ezard taps down to Salmon. And the big fish snaps truly. It was a big day for Alan Ezard. Here he is in action again, showing great style.
Snaps at goal, and the Bombers are in front now. Great play on the part of Ezard. Would be now
2 years down the track, Puffing Billy returns to Victoria Park.
Good on you, Bill.
And about
the big question is, could he make the distance with this kick?
Long for Bill Picken? Well, many would say yes,
as far as he can go, Pete.
I think it'd be about optimum distance for Bill. We'll soon see.
And Puffing says, I can kick them with ease, and isn't he delighted?
Through Mullane, he's played a ripper game today, Mullane.
1 minute later, he does it again. But when the going gets tough, Roger gets going. One of the great players in the Bomber machine, Roger Merritt, tackled high by Greg Phillips, but still plays on. Here's Ezard again, sprinting round the boundary line.
Over to Watson, back to Ezard.
He could have popped this one over, but says no, I'll handball to Paul Salmon and make him kick his 7th.
Down goes Gafer. Now the umpire.
Well, what do they say? Mad dogs and Englishmen go out in the noonday sun.
Manson having a few words.
Manson and Merritt just having a chat.
Big Roger.
He was upset about that decision before, but he's still having a go at it. Fine. Looking there for Sam at the back.
Here's a beautiful combination. Salmon and Ezard at the back.
And another goal. That's his 4th. That was great play on the part of Salmon. Could have easily grabbed that mark.
Down at Cardinia Park, the injury-riddled Cats are probably asking what's new, Pussycat? And unfortunately for them at the moment, not a lot, as Bernie Quinlan zooms into goal. Buffeted out, finished up going. Pert puts in the shoulder. Down goes Christensen. Rowan Lindner meet.
Collided with him. Roos tackled too high. Hinchin came in. Lindner
And then Lindner has an altercation with the boundary fence, but he was quite okay.
He did hit the fence, but he looks as though he's okay.
Well, he was getting up. Richard Osborne was off and running across the half-forward line.
With two, draw the player and shoot towards goal. Low trajectory kick, looks pretty good, and he's goal.
Possession, and he has been free kicked.
Cat on a hot tin roof.
They're into it.
Nothing in that.
I don't think I need to comment on this. You can see for yourself.
The soaring temperature.
Strong play by Osborne. Puts it wide.
There's a bit of heat there too, wasn't there? As Flanagan goes down. Now here he explains to the umpire just exactly what happens as he holds his teeth. Because look, these are mine, they came from here.
Well, it is going to be Flanagan forward line.
It didn't help his cause. Pert stands his ground against Darcy.
Jackson picks it up, taps it
Jacko and Brownless.
Couldn't quite get it.
They want a goal here.
Brownless picks it up, gives it to Jackson.
Eventually Jacko said yes.
4 goals to Mark Jackson. Well, they did everything not to kick it.
It was a disappointing bounce.
In the third quarter, Geelong showed some glimpses as Damien Drum burst his way through.
Onto the left foot.
A great individual performance.
Puts through another one.
And at three-quarter time, new coach John Devine was asking for a little more.